Welcome everyone. This is the finals of the PlayStation DOJO Fighting Fest for SoulCalibur. My name is Eternal Dragon. Welcome all. And I'm joined here with the lovely Jobin. How are you doing today, bro? How is it going?
It's a great day for some SoulCalibur. I'm super excited. We've had a lot of players work incredibly hard over the course of the Fan Fest to be here. They've played so well. They've clawed their way to the top, and we have some wonderful matches put together for you guys today. So I hope you're ready for a ton of fun and some wonderful games.
That is right. We have had a quite a few players enter this DOJO Fighting Fest final, but it's all come down to this. Final players all up for that juicy prize, 500 euros and a PS5. That sounds good, doesn't it, Jobin? That sounds mighty good.
It sounds great, and especially the fact that not only is just first place is the 500 euros and a PS5, we've got 250 for second place and additional for third and fourth. So it's awesome that we're getting to be here and experience the wonderful support from the folks over at PlayStation.
That is right. So there was a series of tournaments before, qualifiers from all the regions of the EU, and all trying to get to this final bracket. So this is the top 8 bracket. We're going to go through some of the players, and we've got some staples when it comes to EU. SoulCalibur, Ganondorf representing France, Blade of Flame, UK, Pantocrator from Germany, and Kiev from France. Some really good names in this bracket. Who are you kind of looking forward to seeing today, Jobin?
Yeah, so I mean, all personal favorites aside, there's a few I really enjoy watching. I'm a big fan of Ganondorf's as well, and his very unique playstyle. It's always a special treat when you get to see him go absolutely wild. He's a player who's great at exerting his more unconventional playstyles and really showcasing what a lot of people consider a character that's not traditionally fun to watch and making him fun to watch. Additionally, super excited for Kiev, super excited for Pantocrator, and really excited for your wonderful player and additional countryman from the UK.
Yes, I have to say, Blade of Flame, a player that people may not too familiar with, but player from the London scene that has done really well since before lockdown and offline, and getting better even throughout this lock time. You can see him having great results, a really solid, strong player. So eager to see how well he does in this. He's in winner's side, and he's going to be playing against Ganondorf. That's the match that's going to be coming up next. But yeah, man, this is going to be really good. And I noticed in the bracket, if you look at the players, even we got the lower bracket players as well that are fighting it out. But there's 2 people from France, 2 from the UK, and there's 2 from Germany. So in the lower bracket, we actually have Dexus and Momo as well. So depending on how that pans out, we might see them later on in this side. But yeah, it's kind of it's a bit like a mini team tournament. 2 players from each country representing who's going to take it. I can't wait to see how this unfolds.
Absolutely. And the one thing I'm really excited as well, just kind of moving into this is just such a solid kind of send-off with 2 representatives from each of these countries. I'm very excited to see what comes out of the lower bracket. These are some great players. We briefly discussed it earlier. In the upper bracket, we have winners from all past events or players who have great legacy behind them. And that being said, we're in for a real treat, and I'm very excited to see these players clash for the first time in a long time.
Yes, that's right. Some matchups that we haven't seen before, like it's looking at someone that played Pantocrator and Momo, players that, again, strong Pantocrator, a really strong player with offline experience as well. Haven't seen too much online, but it's good to see doing well in this tournament. Kiev, everyone knows Kiev as well. We might get the potential rematch of Dex and Kiev. They had a kind of little rivalry going on where in the last PlayStation tournament, Kiev took it 7-6 over Dex's. They've gone back and forth in some other tournaments as well. But we might be getting a run back here, potentially. Who knows? There's a lot of big sword representation in this bracket, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. And, fighting Kiev is an absolute nightmare, to be honest. Like, his control of that character is phenomenal. He's, demonstrated time and time again that he's a top player in this game, has a wonderful legacy for a reason. And Ganondorf as well is absolutely a terror to fight. Pantocrator, you know, he's incredibly talented, one of the best Siegfried players I've had the joy of meeting back in the offline days and always getting to watch. So it's always something I'm excited to see, is when you get to see Pantocrator's very unique playstyle and just really pushing a lot of his oppressiveness, and his control of neutral is honestly unparalleled amongst a lot of the Siegfrieds out there.
Yes, absolutely. I would agree. So yeah, this is a bit about some of the players, guys. Remember, PlayStation have been running the Open Series events many weeks. If you want to get involved with that, head on, just turn on your PS4. You know, you can do it straight from your console, or make sure you go look at the link below, compete.playstation.com, and you can participate in all these fighting game tournaments. There's many. If you know SoulCalibur not your thing, Street Fighter is going to be coming up as well. That's going to be coming later on. There's Blaze Blue, there's Mortal Kombat. So there's a lot on offer depending on, no matter what game is your preference, whether it's 2D or 3D. So yeah, a lot to look forward to when it comes to these online series. And shout outs to PlayStation for putting on this finals and giving you know, players a taste to kind of get that big prize pool, that PS5. You know, they've been hard to get a hold of. You know, so who is going to take that, man? I can't wait to see this.
I'm in the same camp as well, you know, and once again, huge shout out to PlayStation for putting together the Dojo Fighting Fest. And, you know, like Eternal Dragon mentioned, it's been hard to get a PlayStation 5. And honestly, if you win this event first place, I think you've earned it. You have 2,000% earned your PlayStation 5. And for those of you guys watching at home, you know, I really want to establish that you can, if you've got a PlayStation, you can hop in to these tournaments. You can be a part of it. You can potentially win 500 euros and a PS5 and a lot more.
Exactly. The accessibility is so easy now. Just PlayStation, go on it. You know, you don't have to go to an external website if you don't want to. Straight for your PlayStation, you get the updates there. And that's how you can really get your sort of dip your toes into that FGC straight for your console. You know, no more dingy forums. You have to kind of dig through to find stuff out now, to kind of find out, you know, where is my local scene? Where are the other players coming from? You know, how do I meet other players and kind of level up? This all can be done through your console. So it's a good time to be a fighting game fan. There's a lot going on in terms of fighting games in the scene. So yeah, there's just a lot to be looking forward to when it comes to this. PlayStation dipping their toes in that, and actually there's more than dipping their toes in, and they jump full-fledged right into the pool and giving us a lot of content when it comes to these fighting games. Just looking at some of the players as well, we can see like the qualifiers. So there was a couple of qualifiers from each region. So Blade of Flame, he was the representative from the UK and Nordics. Tira player from the UK. Dexus was the second one. He was from that as well. Keith, France, Ganondorf, France. And then we had Fanley, Pantocrator, Momo, and A Grove, which is from Greece. But here we go. We're getting into our first match. Tira versus Aswell, Blade of Flame versus Ganondorf.
I'm excited. We've got Blade on that wonderful Tira, and then Ganondorf on Aswell. Let's see how this starts out. And most importantly, for those of you guys watching online, have a good time. Let's enjoy this.
All right, here we go.
Great
First
start
game.
out by Ganondorf. Already
He
landed the lethal
though.
hit.
He a great start.
Very true. Oh, gets hit with a back turn. Looks like this is exactly what you were speaking about earlier, Dragon. We're going to see a lot of back and forth between these two players.
All right. We go reversal edge. God.
Nice pressure there overall. Takes the throw. Ganondorf's one hit away here. Currently in sword, he's got access to some faster moves here. Goes for the stance transition. Gets the GI. They knew the string. Oh! Oh,
excellent work. I like that little step. You know, it's about your timing. Not always like when to do, how you move moves, like when in the timing. But Blade of Flame mixed with the timing, got Ganondorf to duck, takes the first game.
Absolutely. Gets the launch, back up against the wall. Big pressure here, gets hit with the Axlo. This is going to be a bad spot to be in here. Big damage.
Ooh, nice duck.
Great duck and punish there.
Oh, the third lethal hit for Ganon. That jump back low, dirty.
Oh my god, talking about hopping to it, I'm really impressed by Ganondorf's use of that. That's a move you don't see pulled out as often. Leaving him in Sphere, should that have been blocked, he'd have some solid defensive options. Oh, a bit slow on the whiff punish there from Blade. You can see he was scouting it. Big True. They've got 4 mood transitions as well. We're getting up there. Both sitting on 2 full bars of meter here. I take it back. Looks like Blade of Flame just burnt that. He wants the damage. Ooh. Another mood transition. For those of you at home, basically Tira has 2 different states that they can play in. Once they've hit an X number of changes, they're going to be rewarded with some special properties on their moves.
Pressure and Soul Charge just runs out for Ganon. Gets a combo. It should be dead, and it is. Ganon 2 rounds up to 1.
Very true. Blade of Flame about to come in here with 2 full bars. Gotta be careful. Look at this defense and patience there. They're really sizing each other up. Ganondorf fishing for sword, wanting access to those fast moves. Back to spear.
Nice headbutt to 4K.
Ooh.
Oh,
It's caught midair. Great soul attack. They're charged.
Yeah, he had to do it.
Taking a quick second. Very true.
Oh no, it goes for the axe low.
Here we go. They've still both got a little bit of meter there left on soul charge. Gets caught.
Nice.
Looks like he's gonna end this in spear.
Excellent work. Gets the sidestep freebie launch, and Tira, like you mentioned about being in that powered up state, he's in Gloomy Coda. Such a dangerous stance, and he's also got meter.
Absolutely.
Pressure. Nice. Scanning with the AGI.
Great AGI. Great GI in response. This Coda is gonna hurt. This is a lot of damage. Mood swap. Doesn't catch. Great soul charge. Solid response
nice
to Ganondorf and gets the re-GI.
Oh, this is gonna hit the wall.
Great resistance.
Although it doesn't.
Oh. Great step by Blades. Gets hit with the lethal.
Nice dog, but no punish, and he just Blade of Flame, just not committing, sidestepping.
Soul charge here. Gets hit with a command throw. Is this gonna kill? Almost.
No, nice.
And Blade of Flame taking that first round. So what did you really feel after watching that? For me personally, it was very impressive that Blade of Flame was able to control Ganondorf's more lucrative playstyle. You know, he was matching his tempo, he was matching the pacing, and most importantly, you know, he was matching a lot of Ganondorf's jumps and able to fully utilize a lot of those more interesting situations where you hit an aerial opponent. Ganondorf likes to jump a lot, and it looks like Blade of Flames was ready to catch it.
I agree. You mentioned about his playstyle being quite crazy. As soon as we started, lethal hit, lethal hit, lethal hit. Just it was just so fast paced. But like you said, Blade, rather than sort of backing off and slowing it down, he matched it, and we didn't see much kind of distance spacing. It was all up close, all personal. They had a few combo drops for Ganondorf that might have had a difference later on, but I like Blade of Flame's time. He wasn't always pressing when it was his turn. Right, okay, he was going sidestep, he was ducking. Nice work there.
Oh, gets hit with the Axlo right at the start there. All right. And again, one thing that I really think that Blade of Flame has done very well was being super, super cognizant of their movement. They've been consistently stepping and getting behind Ganondorf any opportunity they could find, and that's saved them a lot of headache from the pressure that as well as a character can put out.
Absolutely. Good position with Blade. Didn't want to commit on the whiff punish, but just runs up and throws. What's the Oki?
Ooh, big lethal
Bad
hit.
spot now.
That's out.
He's gone.
See ya. Oh, man.
Just like that, man. Your fortune can change. Blade of Flame was in control. One lethal hit sends him out.
Very true. Oh, man. And the one thing as well is that Blade of Flame is still playing incredibly dominant, but now we're seeing Ganondorf being a little bit more careful. And one thing that Blade of Flame was doing really well in the first match was just mixing up the pressure and really throwing him off with a lot of those throws.
Absolutely. Soul Charge now. Both of them powered up. Doesn't pull the trigger on the string, but goes for the low.
Oh, weapon arts. All right. Back against the wall here. Gets hit with another one. Coming into it back in axe. Great block. In sword, he's got to be careful. One hit and catches him. Very nice.
Brilliant. Nice to jump in X low. Oh, I like the time. You see this is fishing for that, just waiting. Goes for the soul attack. What's the Oki? Stays on the ground, but Ganondorf gets up and blocks half of the string. Back at.
Oh, gets caught waking up. One hit away here. And they knew the string. They knew to duck the second hit. Blade of Flame is on fire. This is a match that he can come back with and has demonstrated previously. He is not afraid, knows the strings, and knows when it's his turn to play and when it's time to counterattack. Great GI.
Nice. Chucking the spears, goes into the axe. The mix up.
Oh, it doesn't fish. The string goes for the throw. Ganondorf just running up and hitting him in the shins. Not like this, weapon arts, but Blade's got Coda.
Oh, just catches him step in. Axe. Nice work. 3 rounds to 1 for Ganondorf. Good comeback there.
All right, so we're going to be 1-1 there.
Yeah, really good match from both of them. The pace was still quite fast, but it seemed a little bit down, like one level. But I like that how they're mixing up their timing of these moves. So rather than just, right, I've got the Oki, he's gonna stand up, I'm gonna go lower mid. They don't do anything. And we're seeing the crouch mix-ups where he's just crouching, standing up, and then going low. And it's sometimes it's not about, oh, what move do I, you need to use. It's about using a move that might not seem great, but you're got in their head now. You're making them flinch. And when you see anyone going into crouch mix-ups or just crouching, it makes them do something. So great work to both these players with their timing on mixing up these moves.
Definitely, and like as well as a player that's like pretty nasty. If you're in crouch state with that character, you have some unique options. You're either gonna launch them into oblivion, hit them with some quick of that swiftness, and then most importantly, gives you the access to really mix things up and come out of it in a different stance with access to different weapon arts, and it puts the pressure on the opponent and really gives them one more thing to hold. Ooh, and there you go, just like that. Blade of Flame consistently stepping and ducking, so impressive.
Oh, a bit slow on the lethal hit, though, and then Blade makes him pay for that. Speaking of lethal hit, bat.
Oh! Great reverse sledge, time to guess. Rock, paper, scissors. I'm guessing B. And I was right there.
All right. Reset the neutral. No one got anything off that. Oh, why are you stepping?
Oh, pressure still on. He's got Sphere. Great option to soul charge there and allow him to recontrol things.
Oh my god!
Oh. He did the Beyblade. He let it rip. He let it rip. Credit where credit's due. Blade of Flame read the break attack coming. The RI was solid. Unfortunately, Ganondorf was just one step ahead, saw it coming, and just unleashed it. He let it rip. Very good play.
That was beautiful. He's got to be feeling himself after that.
Oh, absolutely.
Doesn't duck.
Yep.
6B8.
Great throw to end the match. Yeah, absolutely. He's feeling himself. Let's see how this match ends here. Starts off going into spear, back to sword. Oh.
Wow, all the way in the back.
Super defensively. Indeed.
Nice fuzzy duck. Yeah.
Great block. Good punish. Back to axe.
Oh, he needed it. Was about to get his head taken clean off. 6B8.
Absolutely. Oh, one hit away. Yep. Ganondorf looking to clench it out here. Oh! Just gets caught with the speed to end things off. Oh, man. I'm going to say it.
Urban, you were right. You were so right about his jumping. The amount of jumping that Ganondorf does is so much.
It's absolutely true. Like, Ganondorf loves to jump. Ganondorf loves to go for just the goofiest mix-ups, and he likes to play. Like, Ganondorf is a player, like, you can feel him having fun. Like, he jumps a lot because he makes us jump watching this. It's a great, great time. But, credit where credit's due. Like, watching, like, Blade of Flame play as well as he does, like, I want to, like, point out the fact, like, they are so in tune with his as-well knowledge. They are ducking, they are punishing, they're staying consistent, and, like, honestly, I have never seen some of Tira's tech ducks used in that manner. Like, the knowledge is there. The man's got to be a scientist with how much he's been labbing this matchup.
That's true. Say Blade of Flame, he knows a lot about Tira. You know, he knows a lot about the character, and just you can see the knowledge when it comes to playing any matchup. He does his research, he does his homework. Remember, guys, this is first to 3, so one more chance for Blade.
Big true. I believe both these players have the capacity to take it to the limit. Looks like we're seeing a lot more aggression coming from Blade of Flame and really upping up that tempo here.
Oh, gets him to dodge. Tried it again, but this Ganondorf. You see how he's dirty? He done that move. Yeah, and then does it again, knowing Blade's gonna react, and then finishes the string.
Very smart. Great punish by Ganondorf there. Nice spacing. Ganondorf is really just putting Blade in a spot that he doesn't want to be in. He's forcing him to commit heavily, and was really playing on the fact that they were still in Gloomy and didn't quite have access to some moves that were as solid as neutral in that state.
Nice work. Tried to backstep after the throw break, just catches him with the axe.
Ducks the high. No headbutt there. Blade of Flame sitting on 2 bars still. How's he gonna use it?
Nice. Great position for Blade, but yes, Ganondorf spends the meter, creates some distance. The ring out potential's right behind him.
Big damage here. Oh my goodness, doesn't finish the string. Not a good spot to be in for Ganondorf. Blocks the break attack. Blocks the spear.
Nice step, goes low.
Great step.
Oh my god, how is he still not dead? Wow, this might be.
Is this gonna be out?
No.
Oh! Ganondorf from the clutches of defeat. From the. Oh my god, he was this close. He saw the chance and he threaded the needle. Blade of Flame was playing such solid defense there. And Ganondorf just unleashed. He put that pressure on. I saw that guard gauge go from that blinking yellow to bright red, and I started seeing my life flash before my eyes. Like, I experienced the true terror that was Ganondorf feeling himself. How do you feel?
Whew. I felt the same, where I thought, right, he's got a pixel left, but you know, all he has to do is back away. But he was a bit close to the edge, more than my liking, and a few interactions, few scenarios. Now you're in the worst position of your life. So I feel for Blade, because he's a very solid player when it comes to fundamentals. I feel if he just took a little extra thing, you know, I'd rather just walk all the way back into the center of the ring. He didn't. He wasn't that far right at the edge, so I can understand the thought process. But you know, with these lethal hits, man, you just think, do you know what? I can take this. And then you see each hit, actually, I'm getting pretty close to the ring edge. And we saw that happen in the previous match between those two. So, man, unfortunate, but Ganondorf played super, super solid in that match, you know, really good. He's going to progress in winner's side. Blade dropping down into losers, but well, let's see how the bracket is now. So we see Ganondorf progressing. Blade goes down into losers bracket, so he shall be playing off screen. I think he should be taking on, it's either going to be Dexus or Momo.
Let's see here. Let's go ahead and take a peek. Don't see it just yet. I'm sure they'll get an update there. But, you know, with Pantocrator and Keith coming up, I want to get that into the second. But, you know, I really want to say, like, Blade of Flame did really, really well when there was any form of longer match. Like, the matches that first one went longer, he did so well because he was able to hit Coda. The rounds that tended to go longer without just getting absolutely smacked down, he was able to start building up those mood changes and really give him a solid advantage. Ganondorf recognized that, and I think that was the reason he pushed a lot of the aggression so heavily, especially in that last round. He was noticing a lot of patterns where, from my perspective, it felt like Blade of Flames was willing to really commit to the defense, and as was a character, man, if you stand there long enough, you're going to take that guard gauge damage.
Yeah, absolutely. And you saw that started to kind of come a factor in there, but he didn't need it in the end, gets the ring out, and Ganondorf is progressing.
Definitely. And next up, we've got Pantocrator and Keeve. So I'm really excited for this one. What are your predictions here? You know, just let's, I'm not going to call the round, but how are you feeling?
Well, do you know what? Big sword boys. Keeve. We don't need to say much about Keeve. He is a living legend. Pantocrator, some people aren't going to be familiar with him. You know, look at him. He's a seedling. He's a sapling online. He hasn't got no rank. Who is he? But he's a really solid player. Took out Dexys, who's gone back and forth with Keith. So, do you know what? I feel there's no pressure on him. I think he's going to do something well. We'll see.
Oh my goodness, Keeve starting off, controlling the map. You were right. It's big sword season with these two characters. If we're going to see any potential long-range combat, it's going to be from there. Keeve is just a absolute nightmare with that AGA, that horizontal catch. Already empowered. He's not even getting the man play. Goodness. Stuffs the dank legacy. Oh, actually, I lied. He didn't.
No ducks, but he can't.
Great
What is this? Kung Fu choreography.
He jumped the low. He jumped the low. Pantocrator had him in a solid mix-up there. And what if Keeve just said no? I don't think I will hold that. Yep.
Nice, yeah, Keeve is waiting for that. You're going to finish the string. Nice, gets with the Soul Smasher, puts him into that state where he gets access to one Soul Charge move.
Terror Charge time it is. Gets the flip. Great defense by Pantocrator here. Gets the mix-up. Big damage here. Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Gets the GI. Plus frames.
Wow, Panto's still in it, man.
Defense.
The defense.
Oh! Gets caught with the AGI off the bubble, man. Pantocrator was just really pushing that offense, but Keeve was just one step ahead. He's so solid. Gets the lethal hit.
Wow, more than 50% gone already. What? Oh my god, the hype drop.
He landed drop kick. What if you went for a low, but Nightmare just said no? I have never seen somebody land a drop kick, which for those of you guys who don't know, I mean, he's going to go in the air. It's going to jump the lows. I've never seen someone respond to a potential mix-up situation by just ignoring it altogether with the hardest of read. Like, that was... Woo!
Look how quick that match was. And fitting that it was Keeve.
Wow.
I haven't seen that lethal hit maybe once before this. Keeve does it. It's in the law match, Siegfried versus Nightmare as well. Extra little bit of spice to that. Wow, he just got booted in the face with the metal armor. Just all right. I like this, man. Let's go. Pantocrator, you know, he was playing well, but Keeve, man, that match was so quick. It's like, what even happened in it?
Definitely. You know, you mentioned some spicy matches, and only on PlayStation's Dojo Fighting Fest are we going to see matches as spicy as this. Great call out there. Pantocrator starting things out a little bit more aggressively. Great duck.
Oh, he spins out of the lethal hit. Nice option.
Great
Went
reverse
reverse, so they
ledge.
should not deal with the mix-ups.
Gets the throwing, gets the round. I love that.
Oh no,
move.
that's
such a cool
funny.
one on Siegfried.
Honestly, and he's doing it to Nightmare, which just makes it even more like this is a true lore battle. Give me your soul.
Faded lore battle. You took everything from me. Now I'm just gonna take this round back in response.
Nice,
Oh, man.
in stride.
Interrupting there, calling out the mix-up. Great spacing here again. Goes for the throw. Good soul charge. Keeve not wanting to let him get too far ahead there. He's got to be careful. Big damage. Ducks the high. Oh, man, not a good spot to be in. Keeve still got a bit more meter. Oh! An even better step in lethal by Pantocrator. Looking out for that one initial follow-up. Really called out Keeve's greediness there.
Definitely, he's up 2 rounds. Nice. Push him to the wall edge. Oh, no wall hit. But now is a good situation for Keeve.
Great block or great throw by Pantocrator. These guys are just going for each other's toes for these flips, and it's not quite working out as intended. Oh, my
Single
goodness.
B.
Terra charges up. Gotta be careful.
What? Oh,
He
my god!
returns the favor. He returns the favor with his own drop kick. These guys are nutty. This is This is such a personal touch. You know, Keith said 2 feet to the face, and Pantocrator made it 4 to the face for both of them. Goodness gracious, man.
Wow, how he finished it with a drop kick, and he's like, right, I'm gonna finish it with a drop. That is amazing. I don't think I've ever seen that. Such a specific move. You don't see that often. Was the round ender, and Pantocrator, I believe, was that 3 rounds to none? Was that a no round round? Was that?
I believe so.
Wow.
And that's really impressive as well, because, you know, I feel like personally, I personally haven't seen Pantocrator land that in an online tournament. And, you know, you have to think, right? After getting hit by that with Keeve, there's no reason for Pantocrator not just say, you know what, I guess I'll do it too. That, I mean, they've got the same style of move. It's both airborne. One doesn't guard break, but why not? You know, if they're both consistently fishing for the lows in the same situation, I would, you know, I'd end it for the highlight reel as well. They do it for kicks. What can I say?
Yo, that was sick, man. For kicks indeed. All right, guys, remember, this is first to 3. We still got a few more games. Pantocrator representing Germany, Kyiv, France. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. Pantocrator putting him in the mix, catching his step.
Wow. Really controlling the space at 3A as well, not let him step. Lethal.
Oh, big lethal. Goes for the throw, gets punished for it, just out of range, and he flips him in response. Oh my goodness. And he's just showing off his incredible backstepping there. Pantocrator really bringing this back, really showing off what he can do.
Nice
this
step.
is a battle between 2 veterans.
Honestly, man. It's the bubble GI. Drill,
Yep.
Black and Decker.
You gotta love that drill, man. It's so solid right now, especially in that soul charge state. He's gonna go back into terror charge here. He's juiced. Oh, good soul attack.
Soul attack. All right, man. Bare glowing stuff on the screen. Blue, red colors. Nice step. Brilliant work from Kyiv. Just hits him with a big demon right hook.
He knew what he was looking for and was able to optimally step that. Good break there as well. Gets caught with a kick. He gets hit with a mid.
Oh, the stance canceling.
Right.
No. Oh,
And he gets the ring
out.
out. These matches are going so quick, so I just want to take a broader look at this. One thing that Kyiv is doing so well is just being mindful, obviously, of the Siegfried strings, general character knowledge, but the points when he chooses to fish for a more aggressive attack, like his use of Nightmare's AGI properties is absolutely unmatched.
Man, great. Yeah, he needed to spend it. He's down and out. He's got one more chance, but no. Kyiv says, "Hold this kick to the legs."
Absolutely. You know, I mean, stubbing his toe to end the round aside, like Pantocrator started out really strong in that round. And that's something we're seeing is like the adaptation between these rounds. We've seen him try different approaches. Like his aggression was able to catch Kyiv off in that second game, really allowing him to sweep that. And then even at the start of the first round, you know, we saw him come out swinging. I think the adaptation from Kyiv from more of Pantocrator in more of that neutral range, from all right, I'm going to play this game and, you know, getting caught one too many times or getting stepped and punished heavily, Kyiv's knowledge was able to counteract that significantly, to more of a, all right, if Kyiv knows all the strings, really putting the pressure on and just not letting him get a chance to play his game. And that was, you know, phenomenal. How are you feeling about it?
That's true. Like you said, putting the pressure. That first round he came off the bat, it was all Pantocrator. Push him to the ring edge, use the break attack to keep him in place. It was really just, I'm not letting you do anything. They're getting into a dance of the rhythm now. They're running up to each other and they're blocking, and it's kind of who presses first to get a counter hit. So someone needs to start disrupting that timing between them. We'll see how this match goes. See, like that scenario is what I'm talking about. So, you know, Kyiv has usually been the one off the mat to get the hit in and get the counter hit.
Absolutely. And now we're seeing Pantocrator really starting to slow things down a bit and be more conscious of a lot of what Kyiv is throwing out, especially once we saw the transition from Pantocrator getting hit with some of those throws, them really breaking in the second game, to now, you know, continuing that trend and actually fishing for, you know, taking a step back and catching with those wall rising bees and absolute nastiness in response. Oh! Tried to get a little fancy there with the unblockable cancel. I'd do it too.
Nice. Gets him rolling, picks him back up. All pressure for Kyiv now, working on a perfect. Nice step. Oh.
Is this gonna be a perfect?
Dark Legacy.
Pantocrator's
Yeah, he's got Dark Legacy, but it's a tall order. Oh.
No, perfect. Oh my goodness. And Kiev being so careful, stepping and fishing for those lows. Pantocrator going for GI, unfortunately just barely misses it, and stuffs Kiev to start out the round.
Nice. Turn into a kicking match now. Spends the meter, gets the soul charge activated early.
Oh my goodness, that was an interesting exchange. Great use of Pantocrator in the scramble to really take advantage of that. Follows up with the Ace Light B into K.
Oh no, he's going to be out. Oh, he's just in. Now he's out. All right.
Oh my goodness. On this day,
Nice
the SoulCalibur gods looked down and smiled upon him and said, you know what? Not today. But today, he's getting hit with this critical.
That's the start that Panto needs. Good life lead. Halfway there to Dark Legacy as well.
Indeed, that's going to put him at 6 out of 12 there for that early Dark Legacy. Kiev stepping to match Pantocrator's steps as well and really staying on par. And he's getting hit by another CE.
He's landed 2 hits this round and both CEs. Just now he's back in the game as well.
And he's got early Dark Legacy. This is big. This is big.
Oh, the mix up.
He's going to get the round.
Wow, he did 2 moves and then 1 mix up and he's dead.
Oh my goodness. Great, great stuff there, catching him with that soul attack. He's gonna go ahead and burn it. He's juiced. He's in. He's got it early. He's gotta be careful. Gets the mix up. Gets the launch. Big combo. Doesn't quite get the mix there.
Nice.
Oh,
B4.
good soul charge by Kiev.
Oh, I'm getting anxious now. Kiev needs a ring out.
Indeed. This is a tough situation to be in. Pantocrator, they're both 1-1. Oh, and he gets the Dark Legacy. The Bubble Boy. I cannot lose. I cannot lose. He is still in it. My goodness, my chest. My chest.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. That was,
Guys.
talk about a nail biter, especially. Go ahead, Vic. Go ahead. I need a breather after that one. Wow.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
We're seeing like Pantocrator, again, a name not as widely known as Kiev, but representing Germany. He's showing that he's a strong player, a solid offline player that has been in the scene for a long time, SCVI specialist, and he's going toe-to-toe with Kiev. So it's great. We're getting some back and forth match. Big sword boys. Like you mentioned about the flow of play, we're seeing that that timing started to break, where they're running up to each other, they're both blocking, respecting each other, who's going to press first. A bit less of that this match. And I'm really surprised at Tanto's defense, man. Just, he got bust up for that round. He landed 2 CEs, 1 slide, and that was his round. But he had to take all that aggro before that. And that's your composure. You might be down and out, but you've got the resources. You've got Dark Legacy. Remain composed, and you can bring it back. And look, 2-2, final game. We might send Keith to losers.
Indeed. And you know, the one thing really that was super impressive here is just seeing how much Pantocrator's been able to stay in. And Kiev, absolutely a force to be reckoned with, and you can never count him out. Always at this last hour is when you see him really power things up. Ooh,
that's right.
Great cancel there with the empty Grimstride. He's trying to get Pantocrator on his toes, and I'm definitely feeling a lot more mix-up potential from Kiev here. Seems like he's trying to fish a little bit more how do I put this? He's trying to fish a little bit more for looking for those mix-ups and really trying to catch Pantocrator out on counter hits. That's the 3rd time we've seen him not finish a string here, and really looking for it. And he gets rung out. Oh my goodness!
Damn.
Potential final round here.
Yeah, this is exactly what Panto needs to send Keith to losers. Early start. Keith has now spent 1 of his meter, but you know, my name is a battery, so that don't really mean anything.
Oh my goodness, this is anyone's game here. Gets interrupted. Eve still has Terra Charge up. He's got access to 1 big empowered move.
Oh my god, Panto, one. Did he tech? Oh, he gets hit anyway? That's it, he had to spend it. No life.
Yep. Can Kiev come back?
Oh, he's dead.
No! Oh my god! He's gone. Pantocrator Rio, solid response. Comes back from that, comes back from the jaws of defeat again. These matches are getting so close. How did you feel about that matchup overall? You think that felt like it played out pretty close to how you were expecting, or were you pleasantly surprised?
Do you know what? I said Panto, he's going to surprise people, not because of just like it's Kyiv. So rooting against him is kind of like, well, he's probably going to take this. But now, if you didn't know Panto creator from Germany, you do know him now because he sent Kyiv the losers. And it wasn't like there was loads of, I don't want to say cheesed out of loads of ring outs. He was fighting him fundamentals for fundamentals, toe to toe, play style for play style, adaptations. We saw he was taking it to Kyiv. It didn't matter that it's Kyiv. He's, Panto's experienced. It doesn't matter. Having that first 2 quick rounds and having the ring out, he's got a lot of confidence now. So the fact that he's got that grace, he's put Kyiv into losers. We're going to have So Ganondorf versus Panto in the winners finals. Excellent work. We have 2 killers now in losers side. So yeah, I love the fact that after Panto got kind of dominated in the first game, he answered back with his own 3-0. So now that momentum is gone, it's not about snowballing now. It's all right. I've just answered back. And the fact of he was matching him toe-to-toe in all of it. And he was reading the situation well. Key ring outs to get him back in the game. Content with his defense when he was down on life. You know what? I'm just going to hold this defense, strike when the time's right. He came back when he was down and out in that round with the 2 CEs. So excellent work, man. I'm enjoying this so far.
Absolutely. And, I think kind of to your point as well, the one thing that was really, really solid, and I did want to go ahead and reestablish your point. If you don't know about Creator, now you do. He's been a veteran in the scene for a long time, from Germany. Is Siegfried is nasty. He can hang with the best. He's been hanging in the best. He's a legend from back in the day. What can we say? And it's, really great to see these 2 players being able to be here on PlayStation's Dojo Fighting Fest with us for SoulCalibur 6. Most importantly, I want to call attention to the fact that round, where you were right, he landed 2 hits, and then the CE's that was huge because he gained so much of his early Dark Legacy stacks. For those of you who don't know, each time that you go ahead and hit that in a match, you gain additional I believe it's 4. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Towards the next state for Dark Legacy, you collect 12, and you've got it early. And that bubble he popped was, that damage and extending the combo is what really allowed him to bring that back. So from the drop kicks all the way into that very decisive round from Pantocrator was just start to finish an absolute treat.
Yeah, even the drop kick. I think that needs to be clipped or be on Twitter. Answer back with the drop kick for drop kick. So it's you're fighting Kyiv. He's dominated your first game with a drop kick, pretty hype ending. He does it back to you. That is beautiful, man. That is amazing. That match was sick, and I love the fact that just in the lore of it, it's Nightmare vs Siegfried. Then the armor's got smashed off, and it's the same guy on the screen. I just love this game, even not just the fighting, it's the other things around the stage, the lore. So yeah, man, that was entertaining as hell. Up next, we see Ganondorf putting in work in the first game, Pantocrator, France versus Germany. Ooh. This is going to be a good match.
I think so as well. And Ganondorf has shown the ability to hold his own against some of the best Siegfrieds in the world. It's something matchup he's got the experience in. Now, Pantocrator is kind of a different beast. That man is simply built different. He's going to bring everything he can to shut Ganondorf down. And I do believe that this is kind of going to see what we're going to be starting out with the first match from, Blade of Flames. If Ganondorf comes out nutty, I think that if Pantocrator is able to hold him down, lock him down, and make him play good old, honest, neutral, small caliber, he'll be in a good spot. Alternatively, Siegfried does have some range on as well in certain situations, depending on the weapon. And that will be an interesting point to how they play this counter hit fishing game. And essentially, a lot of this is going to come down to how much of knowledge these players have of each other's characters. If you know when to, appropriately step, which they do, fishing for the lethal hits, and especially with as well as ring out potential in Siegfried's, these matches could go either way. These are top players in their respective fields.
Absolutely. Like you talked about, stage will come into factor. Most of these players are staying with the same character. So if I remember rightly, you can pick the stage as long as you stay with the same character. So it's a factor when it comes to that. None of these players are messing up any secondaries, nothing like that. To give a little update on the lower bracket, so we saw earlier Blade of Flame drop down into losers. Dexus took over Blade of Flame. So Unfortunately, team kill for my UK boys. Dexys progresses on, so we might be getting that rematch between Dexys and Keith, but Keith has got to go against Momo, Shanghua player, I believe, from Germany. So he's still got a tough match on his hand to get through. And yeah, so in terms of the countries, we've got UK eliminating itself now. We're going to have one less French player and one less German player. But I love the representation. You usually don't see it so balanced like that. But, this is looking like a really entertaining tournament. Remember, this is the Dojo Fighting Grand Final, but there's been loads of Open Series tournaments, and there's going to be more as well. For SoulCalibur, whether you play other games like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, that will be coming up later on as well. There's always tournaments to enter, so shout out for PlayStation for really going in with the FGC, and the fact that you can join straight from your console can't be said enough, where you don't have to try and find online for, how do I find my local scene or my region? Just turn on your PlayStation and then you can start connecting with people. And then from this, you're going to start having rivalries. You're going to be like, hey, man, let's get some games after. So this is where it comes in, and PlayStation really kind of putting the film with the FGC and making people kind of get their first taste, because sometimes people's first taste can be as random as your mate plays a game or you entered an official PlayStation tournament. So yeah, man, let's go.
It's good stuff. And don't forget, first place winner of this event is going to get the coveted PS5 and 500 euros, as well as other prizes for the other players. That's a lot. I mean, apart from the clout and glory, PS5 is pretty nice too. And coming into this match, we've got Ganondorf and Pantocrator. This is going to be a good one. I'm not playing any favorites or anything, but I think we're going to have one of our favorite matches of the series.
Can be explosive. Is it going to be as fast paced off the bat? That's what I want to see. How is the tempo going to be at the start? You see, I said tempo as well, just to throw a little thing in there.
They're going to go wild. They're going to go feral. I think that's what's exactly going to happen. Once someone gets knocked down, the blood's in the water. I will be surprised if we see much blocking.
I kind of agree. Yeah. Saying that, Ganondorf on the defense early.
Doesn't want to hold the mix up there at all. Just opted to hit all around him. Goes for the ring out. Solid punish. Yep. Good step. That's a good chunk of guard gauge damage. Stuffs Dark Legacy with Axlo. Oh, the hard read by Ganondorf. The Pantocrator was going to go back in his stance to continue that mix up. Great knowledge there by both of these players.
Flips him over. Oh, he's tucked to the back, but no punish from Ganondorf. But anyway, get something with the second hit.
Great block. Lands the Axlo in return. Be careful.
Good interrupt.
Great punish there. Yep. Back to Axe. Gets the launch. And that's going to be the round again. This is exactly what we were talking about. If Pantocrator's not able to lock down Ganondorf's absolute, absolute passion and wildness in gameplay, it's going to be very difficult for him.
Oh my god. Ganondorf, he's on the offense. As soon as he goes to defense, he's ready for that punish, man. Oh man, Ganondorf, man, sitting pretty. 2 rounds up, excellent life lead. He ain't got to commit. He ain't got to do nothing.
He can't keep getting away with this. Oh, he catches the back step again. Ganondorf is absolutely wild. And you really have to give credit where credit's due. Knowing the specific punishes for, blocking the overtoss or flips and responding with a CE in turn, knowing that he can go for a 6B in response to, Pantocrator 1 to step back at Siegfried, go back into the stance mix-ups. You think everyone's got a game plan until you get hit by Aswell's axe in the face, and that is something we saw especially well here.
I like Ganon is he's good at reading the back dashes when people are trying to get away and using the axe to chase him down. Good option to stop Siegfried from employing his mix-ups. And Ganondorf's aggression, but he's while he's being so aggressive, he's ready to switch to defense. You see how he's on offense. As soon as he was ready to block, he's going to throw me. That CE was ready. So excellent work. But Panto's been in this situation before where he got kind of dominated in the first game and came back. How is he going to adjust? Is he going to change the tempo? I didn't see what stage, but is that going to come into effect as well? Now we've gone back to the stage which he 3-0'd Kevon, and I think the walls really helped him with that.
Absolutely. But, Ganondorf as well, as well as a character that can definitely benefit off some of those walls. Not quite as much as in past seasons, but it's still something you need to be very cognizant of. Great duck and oh, doesn't get the punish. He gets answered with a lethal hit in response with his own punish from Pantocrator. Yep. Blocks the reverse ledge. Great step for the follow-up.
Oh, gets the wall hit, but no, he wasn't ready for it because the distance was a bit off.
Oh, no Axel just on a hit throw there. Catches the second hit of the RE. He's got to be careful, Dark Legacy. Break attack and clutches it from Jaws of Defeat again. Ganondorf just thinks no health, no problem. Whether he's got, you know, one hit away or full health, he's so willing to commit to some of these ballsy plays. And it's been paying off for him in spades today.
Yeah, you're right. Look, he's stopping everything. There it goes. He doesn't see punish, but gets anything anyway. Ducks, yeah, he was ready for that, and he's got Flash Engage. Wow, man, this is a gift from the gods of the Ganon. 2 rounds up, 2 meters, red gauge. What else is he missing from this scenario?
Oh no, here we go. The CEs. Pantocrator's juiced. He's got 2 full bars. If we see a repeat from earlier with 2 CEs, full Dark Legacy early, I think Ganondorf's got to be a lot more careful. Oh, Pantocrator with meter's a very different beast than Pantocrator without meter, as he's demonstrated today.
Kicks, nice glow. Mix up again.
Yep.
Big heavy sword.
Mix up.
Jesus.
You can't get hit if you keep them in the mix.
Oh, Ganon didn't get a big whiff punish off, but nevertheless still get the pressure from it. Interrupts. What's the mix up?
Great step by Pantocrator.
Ooh, this is going to hit the wall.
Gets the Axlo. Yep. Big wall damage. Goes for the soul attack. Continues it. I didn't even know that worked.
Wow. I love the little crouch into the launch. It's you know that the Oki's coming. That little crouch for no reason just mess up the timing. I love that. And yeah, I knew he was going for the Axlo rather than punish the move. Just block punishment. Is I'm just going to go for the low because I'm going to get the wall hit. Wow. A little bit better, but Ganondorf's still very much in control. Pantocrator has to do something to kind of, you know, stop the bleeding. The bleeding's happening now. He's bleeding out. He's going to have something to just hold on to the wound because Ganondorf is kind of running a bit wild now.
Absolutely. And I think the other thing that was absolutely wild is I haven't seen that soul attack personally used in such an effective way. Not only are you incorporating into the combo, but you're coming out on the other end juiced, like you're powered up. And especially in a situation where against Aswell with that low health, where just one hit can kill you and he gets access to so many more unique options. Your guard gauge was red. He gets more break attacks. That was not a good spot, but Pantocrator played it very well, all things considered. And we've seen him come back from worse situations than this earlier in the day. So let's see if he can bring it back.
But let's see what he can do. Ganondorf, usually the one that's getting the first hits and the first kind of big damage scenario. Now he's got the wall position. He's got the life lead. Nice duck. Oh, okay.
Early ring out.
Is this what he needs, Joe? Because usually when Pantos... Is this what he needs? This is when he kind of gets his ring outs. He's able to come back from it. Do you think this is the turn? Are we seeing the change?
I think so. And I mean, we especially saw that because they were both jockeying for position there towards bring the other out. We saw Ganondorf really fishing for that low spear hit that had the potential to ring out. We saw them really moving around, playing tango to see who would knock who out. And I think I agree with your assessment. If Pantocrator has the ability to put someone in a hard spot with those ring outs, he's going to push for it. Ganondorf isn't a slouch either in the situation as well, though.
Well, tried to get him with the 6 BB. Nice.
Oh, man. Cancels it, stays on the ground, doesn't get hit by the mix-up. Unfortunately, Pantocrator still following him and catches him there. Ganondorf's in sword, goes for the breakdance, gets interrupted, and this is what I mean what I said earlier. If Pantocrator is really able to play at that mid to long range and stop Ganondorf from playing his game, especially with the mix-ups and with a lot of catches like that RE there, it's going to be a really unique spot. If Ganondorf can't get it started, you know, that's going to be Pantocrator's game to win.
Nice. To answer your question, Warhorse, if you lose, you can switch character, but you have to stay if you win.
Here we go.
Nice.
Back into sword. Nice little combo there. Ganondorf still sitting on 2 bars of meter here.
Yeah. Oh no.
Pantocrator's got access to Dark Legacy. One hit away.
No, he stays on the ground and the jump axe again.
Yep, that's a low blow, man, but that's one way to take the round. Pantocrator coming into this 1 bar final round for these players and potentially match point for Ganondorf here. Set point.
Nice punish on that. Oh no, it's not.
It was a real.
Yo,
drop kick. So good.
Clip that. You better clip that now. Oh my god, man just got sent out. Man just scored. That was the World Cup final. We're just like, yeah, get out. Get out my ring.
Yeah. You know, I'm back against the wall. You know, I might lose here, but what if I don't wanna? He just sent him flying. And that was exactly what we're talking about. You know, absolutely to your point of like, what does the ring out potential mean? And it means, you know, he inherited that power from Kiev and he's going to knock him out. That was such a good answer. And it's one of the goofiest looking lethal hit into ring outs that you can see out there. But oh my God, is it satisfying. I felt the visceral hit. Like in my chair, I visibly I felt that, man. Goodness gracious. Coming into this next match here, Pantocrator's got to be feeling himself. And I'm sure Ganondorf's kind of reprioritizing things a bit there. Goodness.
Yeah, you're right. You feel that. Like, because it's the final hit, you know, in SoulCalibur, it sends him flying as well. So it was a big boy drop kick out the ring. Like, man, he sent him to the moon with that.
Very big boy drop kick as well to the moon.
Oh my God.
Goodness. It's been 8 seconds and he's already at quarter health. Oh, man. Oh, combo here in response. Here we go.
Yo.
Let's see if Ganondorf can return the favor. Mix City.
Oh,
he's back into it. Here we go.
This is just wall combo for wall combo. Who's got the biggest damage?
Yep.
Disco kicks, nice.
Ooh.
He doesn't get nothing off that. Oh, my God, Ganon just stood there.
Is this gonna splat? It's gonna kill. Goodness gracious. In 8 seconds, Pantocrator had him down to a quarter health.
Oh my God.
And within the rest of the round, Ganondorf caught it up and was able to secure it.
Right, Pando's getting a bit wall happy now. He's looking for that wall hit, and Ganon knows.
Absolutely. I mean, after that last round with the amount of wall hits, they were absolutely floored. Oh my goodness. One hit away will do it.
Right, he's ending a lot of rounds with that jumping low.
Yeah. That jumping low is nasty, and it leaves him in axe stance, so it puts you in a really bad spot, because it's going to leave him crouching, if I remember correctly.
Nice rook splitter. Soul charge, nice kick. Good step, but he doesn't get the lethal hit 2-2-B.
Good break attack there, and great catch. Here we go. What's the mix going to be? Breaks the throw. Back in the sphere.
Oh, back throw.
Ganondorf hasn't done Weapon Art Spear in like 3 games. I know he's holding it in. Oh! He just teleported in and took the round. Great solid play by Ganondorf there. Everything we essentially kind of wanted to cover with his ability to push that extensive gameplay, play like, you know, play a bit more aggressively, really shut things down. And the one thing I was really expecting from Pantocrator, which we did see a bit of, and keep in mind, Pantocrator played incredibly well. He had all of his character-specific catches. He was playing so solid. But unfortunately, Ganondorf was able to overwhelm him with a lot of that aggression. And we saw that aggression from Ganondorf really shut things down. I can't count how many times we saw the axe low. But at the same time, after that initial game, we saw him take a step back, take an extra second, guard, bait out the reversal edges, and really fish for more of those axe lows and, you know, getting tons of damage following up off the wall combos. So great stage control, great control in neutral, and overall really controlled the pace of the match by forcing Pantocrator's guard gauge into the red a few times there.
I agree with that, Joe. But you see that round where it's basically wall combo for wall combo. Panto, like, basically just melted his life, and then Ganon was like, well, I'm bleeding, but he just did it back to him, and he ended up winning that round. So Ganondorf sitting pretty in grand finals. But we are going to have Siegfried versus Siegfried, Pantocrator versus Dexys. This is going to be sick. So big sword boys, but we're having the mirror. So it's Germany versus UK. Dexys has been an online terror since before lockdown. I think he's come to a few offlines, but he was known as online. And for a while, people were like, oh, how good is he? He's proven it time and time again of how sick he is, and he's good online or offline. It doesn't matter. Pantocrator was probably the name recently. Online sphere hasn't heard of him, but now you've seen how explosive this guy is. I can't wait. This is going to be a Siegfried mirror, and I can't wait, man. Dexys is known as the reversal edge king, so you will see reversal edge. It will happen a lot. Panto didn't use it so often, so I can't wait to see this clash of styles. I like seeing mirror matches to see how both players play. And so we're not getting it yet, actually. Sorry. Okay, right, guys. I need to temper my excitement. Not yet. Pantocrator, he was in winners finals, so he is a step ahead. But Dexys has one more game to play. Before we get that, I hope I haven't jinxed it, but yes, that is a match I eagerly want to see. Man, that was some good stuff, Jobin, man. How you been feeling so far in these matches so far?
I'm feeling good. Overall, this is exactly what we expected from high-level SoulCalibur amongst the players. And from my perspective, is something really unique. I really enjoy watching EU SoulCalibur. Each region has its, distinct flavors, right? In Asia, you've got a lot of aggression, not as much meter use as the other regions. Oftentimes we'll see a lot of those games go to the end, no meter usage, but a lot of very solid technical play. Here in the States, we've got a lot of very solid neutral players. We've got players who will take every opportunity they can to tech duck, tech step, and really capitalize on a lot of the aggression and counter mechanic, or counter hitting mechanics in the game. And we have some awesome character specialists here that you don't see quite as much in other regions. That being said, my favorite thing about watching EU Caliber is you could take away all of the names in all the regions, and I could tell what region is playing, because when EU plays, you can absolutely tell that they are solid on their knowledge. They're on top of everything. And most importantly, they're where you choose to push, and the little blank moments in between matches, for me personally, is something I've really come to enjoy. And we wouldn't be able to enjoy that without, PlayStation putting together this Dojo Fighting Fest and offering some awesome prizes like a PlayStation 5 and 500 euros for the top spot.
Absolutely. It's good watching other regions, because as well as the play style, just the general play style, are you seeing, Jobin, between the characters, like an American as well, like with Blue God and Ganondorf, are you seeing those differences within the characters as well when you're seeing these matches?
Yeah, absolutely. And I have a few things that come to mind immediately, right? We can get to the Siegfrieds, we can get to the Aswolds in a bit. But one very solid thing that I always love is, I'm not sure how familiar everyone here is with the American scene, but there is an American player who plays Nightmare by the name of Dratheon. And he is absolutely crazy. Playing against him is playing against the freight train, He's constantly in a terror charge. He's going for very elaborate setups, whereas Keeve you would see going for more counter hits, a little bit more traditional caliber. The American side of things for Nightmare players here is, especially in Dratheon's case, is you're going to get hit. You're going to have to be put into a force block setup. It's going to be a lot more technical, and you have to be constantly thinking, is this a real setup? Is this going to be real? And next thing you know, you're in a force block situation where if you don't play ball with him, you're going to get hit, or you're going to get your stuff AGI'd. And as opposed to with Keeve, that drop kick is something I never would have seen Dratheon do, right? He simply would have held it down. And Keeve's, big advantage is the fact that EU players really, really get to experience that true neutral game and really put and that's not in any way a bad thing, due to how they play, their neutral is so good, and each region has its own, specialties and things they exceed at. And Keeve exceeds at just dominating neutral with Nightmare, who's a character who traditionally in the past of SoulCalibur hasn't had the best frames, hasn't had the best tools. And even now that Nightmare's in such a strong place amongst the community, you really see that in that particular playstyle come to fruition, if that makes sense. Each region's really great, and I want that to be known.
Yeah, I would agree with everything you said there. EU playstyle, even across games, it's seen as they're aggressive, a bit more sort of button heavy at times as well. Some people might say mash, but I'm gonna say like it is more aggressive. But we need to get back to these offline settings where we can have these people play across regions. We need to get back to that. But hopefully in the future we can have these EU and North American matches, and even some of the regions that aren't widely explored. Even in this bracket, we're seeing France and UK are staples when it comes to EU. Germany being represented by Momo and Panto. Some people might not be familiar with them, but they are showing that, strong EU scene across the countries. We even have a player from Greece that made it into top 8, which is a scene that know. Maybe I know one other person from Greece that has entered SoulCalibur. So shout out to A Grove. He got into the top 8, got taken up in the loser side, but nonetheless representing his region, which is something that, again, made possible for PlayStation, because you can connect through your PlayStation. You're not just going to be playing people in your own region. It's going to be people in different countries, and it's really a good chance to showcase your skills and different play styles, because if you're playing against people in your own region all the time, it can take you a while to adjust to how do these people play. And we've seen that in across some other games where initially we can't say, oh, this person's better than that. It's like, this play style's a bit off. It needs a bit longer time to sort of get into it. So yeah, man, I also love watching American and a SoulCalibur, because you're like, what's going on over there? What's been developing? What characters do they favor? What play styles? And then you can kind of have this amalgamation of information. So that's why it's best to kind of be collecting information on a broad scale, man. So yeah, it's really good. Make sure everyone's entering these tournaments. Show PlayStation that you love the support for the FGC that they are, giving us with these tournaments, Open Series, the Dojo Fighting Fest Grand Final is here. So yeah, man, all entering on your PlayStation, all from your PlayStation. Excellent.
Very true, very true. And while we've got a little bit more time here, let's take this in a more fun direction, right? Chat, you can play along with this as well. If you guys had to have any character return to the franchise, who would it be? Any character from the past, starting with you, Dragon. Who would it be?
Any character from the past. So I had my answer initially with Huang. He's in the game, my day one from Soul Blade. But if I had to pick, it would have to be Rock. Bring Rock back, because I know we've got Ashraf and he kind of stole his weapon with the axe, but I'd have a place in my heart for the originals. So seeing them get replaced and then some of them brought back, I want to see Rock, because he doesn't need the axe. He's got the mace. Who just doesn't want the big mace club to just club people to death? And we've seen in the past they were more cloney, but now they wouldn't be. They would have different styles. So I'd want to see their take on Rock when you've got Ashraf. And we need more grapplers in the game. Some big body grapplers. That's what I want to see.
You took the words right out of my mouth. As a fellow Rock connoisseur and Rock enthusiast, to quote my buddy Zephyr guy, I want to see those real wrestling moves. I want to see the elbow back. I want to see the foot throws. I want to see the throw loops. We need more grapplers. And something else I want to grapple with is the topic of just how expansive the PlayStation tournaments are. Not only are they doing SoulCalibur 6, they're doing MK11, BB Tag, and most importantly, they've also got Street Fighter running. They've got some awesome games here. What else do you play here apart from SoulCalibur 6, if you don't mind me asking?
So I'm about that 3D. 3D is what I'm about. I love 2D, but Tekken, SoulCalibur, there was the Tekken Dojo Fighting Fest last week as well. So yeah, Tekken and SoulCalibur. I need to be able to move in more than one direction or then forward and back. 3D is where it's at. So I love the fact that, in the past, sometimes 3D was kind of wayward a bit, but, we've seen the rise of these 3D games. SoulCalibur has been the one that's been close to my heart for years. So Tekken is the other one. But, I love the fact that they are focusing on games across the board, because sometimes there might not be support in anime, for example. But like you said, they have Blaze Blue. They've got Mortal Kombat. They've got Tekken, SoulCalibur. So there's a lot of variety. So even if you think, I love watching SoulCalibur, but I haven't been able to get into it. I just haven't gelled with the mechanics. There's so many other flavors for you to try. There's, it's an anime, 3D, 2D. So, take your pick, man. What's your other game, though? Are you an anime guy or are you a Street Fighter guy?
I think I'll have to catch you up after that, but I definitely think after this match we'll have all the time to talk about that in the world. Moving into it, looks like we've got Keeve and Dexus here. You're going to get to see your fellow countrymen going up against the nightmare himself, Keeve.
Oh man, this is a revenge match. So the last time they played in a PlayStation exhibition, it was 7-6 to Keeve. And to the final game, and they've both gone to the blood armor. I love this. Let's go.
Oh, there's the reverse ledges that you were talking about. Just the thing Dexus is known for that you had mentioned. Oh, gets caught with the low, goes for the throw. Keeping Keeve in a really interesting range there and playing incredibly defensively, all things considered.
Nice.
Keeve interrupting the stance.
Double.
Runs up for the bubble.
Doesn't duck
Plus
it.
frames.
Oh, just getting a combo. Wow, it's
Good
even
punish.
now. Slide.
Look at the patience. Look at the patience from Keeve. Unfortunately, Dex is just committing and sliding into his DMs and taking them out.
Wow, man, that was such a crazy match. Nice patience. Oh, he jumps over with the 9K.
Finishes the string, catches the reverse ledge out. Keeve, significant life lead here, gets the mix-up, back against the wall, catches him with a jump, one hit away. That was a perfect game plan by Keeve to bring things back. 1-1 right now.
Wow, this is an explosive first game. Just frames for days, just do it again. Look, reverse the ledge. Keeve knows that. He's played a lot of Dexus. Gets the Soul Smasher, and he's got the Terror Charge.
Good interrupt there by Keeve. Interesting spot for that. Gets caught ducking. Stays on the ground. Burns the Terror Charge. Advantage here. Good option by Dexus to take his turn back.
Nice, the train. He's coming back. We're back at the same scenario again. Oh my god.
Keeve got caught ducking. Also coming into this one, 2 full bars of butter here. Dexus reading the AGA and ducks it. Gotta duck the high.
Oh, nice. Yeah, patience now. Oh, he's got a step.
Great step there by
spins.
Keeve.
Oh, he's just
Looks
out of range.
Interesting catches the transition. Indeed, Dark Legacy's up. Keeve playing a dangerous game there.
Yo, is this Tekken?
That was-
Man just did kicks and punches for about 10 seconds.
That's really interesting because all things considered, that. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Dark Legacy, it's going to GI everything that's not a low. Keeve was just repeatedly calling out his bluff, like, you gonna Dark Legacy me? You gonna Dark Legacy me? And ultimately caught him with multiples in the row. He called his bluff to the point that he was able to secure the round. Well done, and solid display of skill and conditioning there. Nice throw.
He doesn't go for the
Terror
tech
charges
trap,
up.
just runs up. Right, both powered up. Ring edge is right behind, but he's starting to push towards the middle. Terror charge again.
Soul charge again. Oh, and he catches him with the A slide P. The mid to take the first round. So you're not kidding, man. These guys went to the last round for the last event, pushing it in that exhibition. I mean, these two players seem to have immense respect for each other, even down to picking the same color cosmetic skin. Very awesome stuff. You made the read, man.
I want to know if that was accidental, because these guys have got a kind of rivalry building. Every time they've been playing in brackets, in exhibitions, it's been going back and forth, and it's, you know, this is the proof that when people had this thing about how legit the Dexus is, but he's going toe-to-toe with Keeve, he's defeated him, and he's a super strong player. It's a shame that one of these is not going home, staying home. This is the loser's bracket. This is not even winner's side.
Well, the good thing with PlayStation events is you can stay home and compete.
Nice tip range of the AGAs.
Great use of throws by Dexus here. We're seeing a lot of that same kind of gameplay that really worked incredibly well that Pantocrator was doing, really fishing for a lot more throws and a lot more of those low throws for the back toss or front toss, seemingly.
Nice. Good. Standing K. Oh, no, he jumps, so he doesn't get the full stun from that.
Channeling his inner Ganondorf there.
Yeah.
Interesting. Keeve really slowing things down there and going for a lot of those lows, trying to keep him at bay. Interrupts the mix-up.
Just
gets picked back up. Gets caught at the tail end of the bubble there.
Oh, again
doesn't
I
want to
see
hold
what
the
he's
mix-up.
Yeah, Keith is like he's jumping, so he's not getting the full stun from that soul attack.
And interrupts. Yeah, no, that's a very interesting choice by Keith. He just doesn't want to hold the mix-up there. So if he's either going to take the damage from the hit, either way, but at least one way he doesn't have to worry about getting hit with the rest of the follow-up combo and potentially jumps the other mix-up. Great option, great gameplay. Good spacing there.
So right
Ducks
now,
the hive once
just
again.
That's it.
Dexys is absolutely living up to the hype you made for him. Great callouts.
Nice. Keith, don't want to deal with it. Uppercut, drags him back up.
Oh! Imagine picking someone back up only to have them kick you down. Unbelievable. Keith coming into this with 2 full stacks of butter there. 2 bars. What's he going to do with it? Carrying him back towards the wall. Good soul charge.
Nice, just hits him 3-8, stops that. Soul charge train. Nice.
There we go. That's exactly what you were talking about. Big bubble.
Good break.
He's juiced. Terror charge. How you feeling about this?
The games keep going to the same life leads as well.
Ooh, lands the drill. That's going to be a healthy chunk of guard gauge damage. Oh my goodness. That is the second time tonight that Keith has lost to that move. And every time I see it, I love the dub with that little chuckle that Siegfried does. It seals the deal. It's so good. How did you feel about that
I love
match?
that.
I want to hear the breakdown.
Man, I love that. When we talk about this back and forth, I'm not surprised that he's answered back. The key thing I noticed, there was less reversal edge. What Dexys will do, he uses a lot of reversal edge, but you play against the same guy, you get the timings. There was a lot less. I don't think I saw one because Keith was waiting for that and kind of picking up on those moments. But Dexys he's not deterred. He will do it. He'll just start to get better. But I think those moments where he wasn't using reversal edge, he wasn't losing out on health.
Absolutely. It looks like we're starting into this one 9 seconds in. Players are already down to almost half health here. Interesting. Keith is playing a lot more in that neutral range and seemingly to try and fish for a lot less AGAs, knowing that a lot of those long-range horizontal highs, Dexys is well aware of and trying to play around them. So great adaptation by both of these players and great knowledge across the board.
Oh. Wow. 2 AGAs just like that. He was down in life. Keith takes it. Nice work with the low kick.
I definitely feel as though Keith in this particular matchup is really excelling in these scramble situations.
Nice. There we go. Terror charge. No flips on this stream. But we got flips on Flapjack. Nice step.
Oh, big step. Steps the soul attack, and that's going to be the round. Oh my goodness. Is Keith allowed to do this? He's out here just slaughtering. This is unbelievable.
Just
Great catch there.
for days. Oh, in the back. Dude, more damage. Gets the back throw. Oh my god.
Ooh, great option there by Dexys. That mid is always nasty, and I get hit by it way more than I care to admit. So does Keith too, looks like. Great defense on the mix-up. Sitting on 2 full.
Just went. Again.
Keith didn't get to use that soul charge at all. Indeed, building that meter up. Good soul charge response.
Oh, and doesn't want to give him any space to breathe. Wow, just takes off his head with the big chunk of metal. So just the answers. That was another back and forth. Like Kiva win, Dexys win, Kiva win, Dexys. This is first to 3. They don't have endless amount of games, so something's gonna have to give. And just we saw a bit more reversal edge in that game, and that's where Dexys builds a lot of meter. And I guess it's a bit, it's fair. He builds it through his terror charge mechanic, and he builds it through reversal edge. But it was kind of just domination there from Keith, and we're seeing the AJs, the spacing of the AJs, knowing when to use them, the timing. Dex is trying to step at a few moments where he just read, was like, you know, you're not getting out there. It's going back to this stage. We'll see how Dexys takes it now, because this is the stage that he won on.
Definitely. And, you know, I want to give credit where credit's due. Like, Dexys's particular approach to the game is really interesting. You know, not often do you see reversal edge used at a high, you know, at a high level. And I think that's something very unique. How do you feel about that? Because we haven't seen that very much tonight.
Yeah, he was the one that kind of put, I don't want to say put reversal edge on the map, but a lot of people didn't use it, and it become like Rexus was the term that they said for RE. And look, he's used it, so look, and he's got him the round. While I'm giving a monologue about reversal edge, he's using it because he used it in a way which a lot of people, you know, didn't really use it or didn't use it as much. Nice.
Indeed. Oh my goodness,
there we go. He doesn't
no
jump
longer
this
taking
time.
that approach to the jump.
Oh my god! Answer back with a perfect 2 rounds up.
Interesting. I wonder why Keith stopped fishing for that jump. There you go. Another reversal edge, rock, paper, scissors.
Big boot.
Oh man, big damage here.
Gets the wall hit.
Combo.
This is a gift from the gods.
Here we go. Time to guess.
What an answer back. This is, yeah, back and forth again. 2-2 now. So it seems to be the case every time these guys play. It goes down to the wire. And here we go. One of these guys is staying home. So RP was asking about why these two in losers. Panto Crater sent... He defeated both of these players. He sent it Dexys to the losers bracket, and he sent Keith to losers bracket. So Panto doing well in this tournament, still in the losers side. He's going to be playing the winner of this. Either way, it's going to be a run back for him. And Big Sword boys again. Let's go.
Yeah, and you know, one thing I really want to call out as well is like your assessment of how this was essentially going to go has been, you know, very solid. And I wanted to give you props or credits too. And one thing that really stood out to me is very unique is the rounds where Dexys was staying so dominant were the rounds where he was consistently changing his mixes. When he was going for those unique options like jumping the mix-ups, it really took away a lot of Dexys' power and allowed him to control the match. And the changes that Dexys made allowed him to start dominating, just like this match.
Yeah, it's true. We've seen the specific setups where Keith, he didn't do so much of in the last games. Oh, he's just getting beaten up now. Blocks it, goes for the low. Got the positioning in his favor. He's got the wall behind, but changes.
Great throw.
BBK.
Another
reversal edge. The wall behind Keith.
Ooh.
Right. Just so
follows up and finishes the string. Yep. Catches backstep. No, not quite, but that's safe.
Spacing was off. Dexys just stops that.
Oh! And Wall Rising K is going to get him the round. Potential game point here for Dexys. How are we feeling?
Oh my god, like Dexys done 2 rounds up, but Kiva's got 2 meters there. He spent one early. Needed to do it before he starts to get it down on life. And Kiva's not ducking in that series. He's content to just stand up. He doesn't want to get hit by the mid. Safe.
Interesting choice there as well. Oh, great low there to really stop that movement from Dexys. Good block. Run up attempted to bait that out and returning with a reversal edge of his own. Great option. Blocks the third hit there. Answering with the soul charge. Guard gauge in yellow. He's got to do something.
Oh, nice. 2 AJs and just stomps on his toes. Keith fighting back. He's not out of this by any means.
2 of those nasty mids followed by a stomp. Very good option by Keith. Even better option is soul charge and take his turn back as well.
What's the mix? Low. Drags him back up. Nice. Oh no.
Interesting contest by Keith there, returning the favor back against the wall. Still in Terror Charge, gonna burn it there with Glock Stride. Great reversal edge as well, catching the interrupt, and we've got an exact scenario that's gonna catch and get Keith the round. Wow.
This is going to the
showing that
going to the final
RE2.
game again with these guys.
This is some real caliber. And even better, we've got some real mixes here from Kiev. Catching him, ducking.
Oh, nice start. Right, yeah, he's spent it early. Response. Oh, no.
That's not good. That's really taking a toll on his guard gauge. That's going to be it. Oh, big wall combo. No. He's just going to go for the kill. Wow. And asserting his dominance celebration. He asserted his dominance there at the end. And, you know, that was a really good match right down the wire. I believe that was one of the closest matches in a series. A very close round wins to end it out. How are you feeling overall? Because after that one, I am now a Dexys fan. I have not had the privilege of watching Dexys play online before personally. And unfortunately, he's done for today's Dojo event. And looks like Kiev's going to be getting the run back against Pantocrator. But before we move on from that, huge props to Dexys. You played incredibly well, and you now have an American fan. So good stuff. I'll be looking forward to seeing more.
Nice work. Dexys, you know, putting on a show. These two, it always goes that far deep into the games with them. 3-2, final round. Kiev done an amazing job to come back from 2 rounds down as well. You know, shout out to Kiev. You know, he's a legend for a reason. But Dex is showing that he is super strong, and you have to recognize him. That, you know, he's one of the top players in the EU. So coming up next, it's going to be a run back between Kiev and Pantocrator. Pantocrator was the one that defeated Kiev and Dexys, so it's going to be a run back. You're getting a lot of Siegfried and Nightmare action, as the chat has been talking about. It's just some of the players, the top players, winning these open tournaments. Dexys, Kiev, Panto doing work. And I feel for Ganon. Ganon has to have a gauntlet of these two characters. He's been fighting through the whole way in this tournament. He's probably just like, oh, again, these guys, but a lot of experience. He's from the French scene. He plays against Kiev a lot. Dexys in the European scene plays against them a lot. So this is a matchup where it's not just about the characters for these two. It's about the specific players. Once again, same matchup, different playstyle. Sorry.
Absolutely. And no, you're good. I can definitely feel the passion as well. And that's something I'm passionate about here. Between these two matches, I'm really excited to see if the adjustments that Pantocrator has made over the last few rounds are going to carry over and really allow him to dominate. Or if Kiev is going to be able to come out swinging and apply some of that more, I don't want to say nuanced gameplay, but a bit more tactful with some of his neutral options and really catch Pantocrator stepping and continue to keep that pressure on. Ooh. Early Dark Legacy at full range, knowing it can't get punished there. Good choice.
Nice step, uppercut, lethal hit. Just he's juggling him like it's football, man.
There we go. Jumps the low. Good cancel there. Whoa, look at that, man. They're going to be fishing for some kind of counter hit here. Look at the respect.
Yeah.
Oh, and finishes it with a good fist to the face there. One thing I really thought was really impressive was Kiev just utilizing that early Dark Legacy and using that to establish the early life lead and put the ball in Pantocrator's court. Ooh.
Stance goes to the low.
Catch. Good step. Great knowledge. Oh,
low.
Kiev is just not letting him play. This is the same thing that we saw him do to Dexys and really forcing him to be like, all right, are you going to go for the Dark Legacy? Or are you going to go for the Dark Legacy? And putting that challenge now back onto his plate. But you got to be careful. Pantocrator's got 2 bars of meter, and we know what he'll do with that meter.
So attack. Oh, good. Nice. Right, he had to do it. He's got no life, really. Trade.
Kiev contesting. Big lethal. He's got bubble. Oh my goodness, one hit.
Scaling on that. They're both powered up. Dark Legacy versus Terror Charge.
No! And the bubble gets popped by the simple low again. No, my goodness. Kiev is just on a roll right now. That was so clean. And really what we're seeing in a big departure from the first match we saw these two is Kiev is doing everything he can to stay out of the mix. He's willing to step back, play a lot safer. And for the first time today, we saw him really step back and just, if he had the opportunity, get that Dark Legacy, or I'm sorry, get that Terror Charge locked and loaded. and really put the ball back in Pantocrator's court, and especially putting him in what feels like a lot more force block situations.
Very true. You can see the change of pace compared to the Dexter style of Siegfried and to Panto. And Panto, he's lost, you know, a few rounds quick fashion, but he's able to come back. We've got a bigger stage now. The walls are kind of different to the matches he's been winning against Keith. We'll see how he deals with it, but he's by no means out of this. Nice work.
Absolutely. Oh, great cancel into the low. Catches him with the mix-up.
Oh, he's
Great
tried to
catch.
step, and he gets hit with the move again.
Mile High Club Siegfried right now, man. 2 of those launches. And gets the round. Well done. And ending it with a little drop kick out of camaraderie. Well done. You've got to respect these 2 players for how much fun they're willing to have. It's such a high-stakes tournament with the PlayStation 5 and 500 euros on the line.
That's right, all to play for, man. Losers final. Who's going to make it to grand final against Ganondorf?
He's blocking the low and
excellent work.
Indeed, and like Kiev, when he wins so dominantly as we've seen today. It's just he's got such control over momentum of matches and has a solid cadence that if you're up against him, you're not able to get your game plan started. He's so good at just shutting things down and keeping that oppressive nightmare strategy that we like to see, and forcing you into a situation you don't want to be in. Terra charge up.
Oh, nice, the little delay. He should be out. He's gone into the drink, and this is what Pantocrator has been getting those key ring outs when it matters, and either putting him in the lead or bringing it back. But yeah, he needs it to stop this momentum from Kiev. Drags it back up. Oh no, yeah, he's looking for the
he fished for the ring out.
Yeah,
that would have put him over.
We'll take
Apple?
that.
Goodness, that might have been another ring out. He's going for it again. Panto fishing for these ring outs. He's looking for it. He's hungry.
Ooh,
goodness, he gets caught.
Yeah, string. Stance, bang. He's gonna build that more. Mito is full anyway. The battery that Nightmare is.
This is a bad situation for both these players to be in. Pantocrator's juice has Dark Legacy. He doesn't have Terror Charge currently, but sitting on 2 full bars.
Oh, nice
combo and
work.
takes
Jump
the
up,
round.
okay. That
So
is
good.
Keith's favorite move, man. Just that jumping kick.
Yep. Burning that soul charge, wanting to stay oppressive and stay ahead on the life curve.
Nice, tried to step. Pressure.
Great block and punish there. Good soul charge by Pantocrator. Taking the opportunity to clear things up. Gets caught by the feet. Soul attack. Oh my goodness, and hard call out by Kiev for the 2-2B and lethal hit.
Good work. He tried to use that mid hit that was at 6k or k6. Like, I understand counter hit properties and get a combo, but it's so linear, and Kiev stepping, lethal hit in the back. Excellent work. Just, man, Panto was fighting back in that one. It was closer. The ring out gave him the much advantage that he needed to come back, but Kiev looking strong, man. The momentum's starting to build. He's gonna need something to really stem that. That momentum is just snowballing from him. We've gone back to this stage, the smaller stage. I would agree with this. When we saw Panto play on this stage last time, the smaller walls, the wall hit potential, he was able to get these solid wins in these matchups.
I agree with that assessment entirely, and like, you know, entirely to your point, you know, the one thing I think Pantocrator also hasn't had the opportunity to do, because he's been getting absolutely, you know, oppressed in a lot of these situations, and Kiev has been fishing for the conditioning. We haven't been able to see Pantocrator use, you know, Dark Legacy's bubble to its full effect, or even be able to put into a situation where he can utilize it in combo, unfortunately. Great drill to catch there.
Yeah, severe lack of use of the bubble. He hasn't been able to. Nice lethal hit. Kiev jumping. He just dealt with all of the mix-ups from that, but no, he uses the drill and gets a lethal hit on him of his own, and that is going to be all she wrote.
Good stuff from Pantocrator there. But, you know, Kiev's just kind of responding to a lot of those mix-ups by just saying it's okay with 9K. You know, it's a nice comfort button in that situation, and a solid response. Ooh, gets hit with the mix. Pantocrator's on a warpath right now.
Wow. Some would think that might be to his detriment. Keith is so good at interrupting Siegfried's stances at the right time. If you know that, you can really start to lock him down. I know you're going to interrupt because the reactions are so on point, and I'm seeing him getting caught in these moments when he's trying to interrupt in stance. Oh, and I'm saying that, and he just perfected the guy, so I'm just going to be quiet. Like,
Mom said it's my turn to play neutral. Keith back in the driver's seat here, but Pantocrator not willing to pass this over to him without a fight. Good soul charge, taking his turn back, spacing things out. Unfortunately getting caught there, but he's still got a little bit more of that meter to burn here, and it's going to go a long way, especially with that Terra charge up. Oh my goodness. This is such a dangerous spot for Panto to be in.
Keith is not committing to go for any of those slide blocks.
Good step CE, but I believe Keith's going to survive this with just a little bit of health. Yep.
Nice.
Just a sliver.
Oh no! He went mid.
Yep. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a bad spot. It gets caught with the bubble! There it is! The safety bubble.
You mentioned that.
Of all things.
You mentioned that you was looking out for that bubble.
You know, Keith is looking out for it, right? But the two times that we've really seen him get hit by it, he hasn't been hit by just the raw AGI side of things. He's been hit by Dexus backstepping it, and again there, he was hit just out of range of the immediate, but hit by the projectile portion of that move. You know, he looks like he was trying to go for something, and I think didn't take fully into, you know, account that that move goes really far compared to what it looks like. So great stuff there by Pantocrator, and finally just letting it rip is what needed to happen, and was solid usage.
And Pantocrator wins on the small stage with the walls, and you know, to his benefit, they've gone back to a similar stage. You've seen him do the most work on these stages where the wall is in, and it doesn't even have to be direct damage on the wall. Just I think the way he navigates these stages, he seems to do better on it. And look at this pressure now.
Definitely, I think Pantocrator is a player who does very well with the threat of the wall as well. Like, with that there, you can visibly see his opponents change their game plan because they know he's going to try and fish for that wall combo. Oh, and gets the skewer to win the round. I love that move.
Excellent, yeah. This is what Panto needs. Oh, and Keith answered back with a slide this time.
Absolutely.
Give me that power.
There we go. Terra charge up. Pantocrator dominating the round, back-to-back mix-ups. Forcing Keith to hold this, but this is going to be a big wall combo. A lot of damage. Back into Terra charge. Gotta be careful for Dark Legacy, and solid soul charge in response.
Oh, both of them using their max power. The drill. Oh, some of the fibers of the metal connect.
What did you call that move earlier? Black and Decker? I like that. I'm going to take that. And just like Pantocrator is going to take a kick to the shins. I like that a lot.
I have to give a shout out to my friend Abominable. He came up with that Black and Decker. It is the drill, man. It is just the drill, Black and Decker, man.
I'm taking that. I'm stealing that.
To be crushed.
Absolutely. And one thing to notice too is that Keith came into round 3 with 2 full bars of meter, and already taking off so much Pantocrator's
What is
health.
going on? I can barely see. There was so much lights on the screen.
Oh my goodness. Keep burning the meter to commit.
Oh no,
gets hit by the follow-up. What's it gonna be? No. Oh my goodness, and Keeve clutching that with a sliver of health. Pantocrator
I feel for
still
Panto.
in this, 2 bars of meter.
Keith whiffed the move and Panto jumped. He was supposed to be a whiff punish. That would have got him the round.
Oh no. This is exactly what we're seeing when Keith is dominant. He's so dominant. Yep. Good soul charge, good response. Gets caught from the 2-2B with a good delay from Pantocrator. Whiff City.
This is what he needs. This is a gift from the gods right here. No.
Good soul charge. He's got to be careful. Run up throw. 1 hit away. What's it going to be? And gets stomped. And unfortunately, Pantocrator, representing Germany, is going to be out, man.
Oh, man.
That
well done,
was
man. Well done
interesting.
to both players.
Definitely.
How'd you
Solid
feel?
performance from both. Good.
Yeah, I'll say, how do you feel about that, man? Panto put on a good show, and he's gone out to Kyiv, put on a great performance. Some of the most entertaining matches with the drop kicks, we have to say about that. But, it's just, what's your thoughts on that? Seeing Kyiv just, the momentum is building and it's not stopping. The train is just picking up speed and he's just terrorizing people.
My thoughts on that are kind of multifaceted. Like, first things first, let's look at Pantocrator's play. He was optimizing so many of his tools, really focusing on the mix-up. And his mix-up game, I feel like, was way more effective in this set than the first set they played. The first one that Pantocrator was able to really go ahead and take charge of, he was landing a lot of counter hits and catching Kyiv slipping a lot in the neutral to mid game. In this set, he was really able to capitalize significantly harder on the mix-up potential. Now, for Kyiv to really come through, Kyiv was just doing such a good job at pushing through. He wanted that rematch against Ganondorf in Grand Finals, and he was able to keep that pressure up and really take control of the momentum of the game. And I believe that momentum shift and overall control of the cadence is what allowed him to consistently stop Pantocrator from playing that neutral game that got him so much damage before, but the adaptation there was solid. And looks like either Ganondorf or Kyiv is going to go home with 500 euros plus the PS5. But overall, that's my thoughts on it. How did you feel about the matchup? And how did you feel about the overall adaptation between these players?
Yeah, excellent assessment, Jobin. So the fact that they already played before, there was, a lot of, okay, what happened in the last time? And I think this play style works to Kyiv's favor, where he, fundamentals versus fundamentals, more spacing and width. Kyiv, I think, excels in that. In the Dexter's match with the Siegfried, it's a very much faster pace, in your face, back and forth. Kyiv is able to stand back and kind of assess, right, he's going to do this at this moment, I'm going to do that. He's able to respond accordingly, just basically on the fundamentals. When Pantocrator was going on the offense, he was getting these big moments where he had the big soul charge comebacks, the big combos, but he wasn't winning so much in these neutral exchanges, and Kyiv was able to do that. Pantocrator wasn't able to just kind of, I need something to stop him and stop this momentum building, and there was nothing that was able to do that. Even though if he lost the game, Kyiv was like, all right, I'll just carry on with that. The spacing of the AGAs, Kyiv was just taking that and getting the better of that. Pantocrator was getting the bigger damage when it came to walls and soul charge, but sometimes that's not all what it takes to win you the game when you're having these big moments. So Kyiv just able to show why he's such a strong player. And we're at the grand finals now. 2 French players, Ganondorf as well. Kyiv representing France as well with Nightmare. And here we go, grand finals. Who's taking home that PS5?
Honestly, this is anyone's game at this point. I don't believe that Ganondorf is going to be phased by a lot of the momentum shifts. Just in his playstyle, like we saw earlier, doesn't matter if he's 1 hit away or 10 hits away from dying. He's not a player who gets frazzled easily. He's here to fun. He's here for fun. He wins a lot, and you feel that playstyle coming through. And I believe that's going to work in detriment to a lot of Kyiv's oppressive playstyle that we've seen in the past. Technical aspects aside.
Yeah, man, I would agree. First blood goes to Kyiv. Nice work. Back on the smaller stage.
Indeed. And I think the one thing too to note here is that Ganondorf coming in from winner's side, Kyiv's going to have to put in double the work here.
That's right. Good punish on the weapon arts. Axe low. Oh, goes underneath AJ with the disco kicks.
And catches him jumping. That's one thing that Kyiv is going to have to be really careful of, is that with Aswell, a lot of those moves are still going to catch and leave him in a unique spot. If you're jumping there and he's an axe, you're just getting ready for a disappointment with weapon arts when you wake up.
Often they don't block punish, they'll just go for the axe low because it's, it's going to get more, it's going to be a better scenario. Nice with the ground throw. Just get off the ground.
Good. That's so good. He's grounded again. Kyiv went for a drop kick, it looks like. Ooh, good catch there.
Okay.
Pressure's on. Burning a bit more of that soul charge. Ducks the 668 projectile. Oh,
Ken
got 1 hit away.
Brilliant spacing there with
awesome stuff like
the just frame. Nice.
Ganondorf committing for the knockback there for stance. Very good use of that. He's consistently used that all day as well.
Yeah.
Good block.
He uses that, well, I think 3 times. He'll get some life back. Hasn't able to do that so far. Nice 9k. Catches the back step. Wow, okay. Juggling him like his football.
Big lethal. Soul Charge, want to take his turn back here. Gotta be careful, because Keeve is willing to fish for that AGA here and knock him straight out of Beyblade. And catches it. Essentially dominating that first round there. Shutting Ganondorf down and really not allowing him to play a lot of that wild game that he's in charge of. Sure, you might be able to go, you know, into all your attempts for various stance mix-ups and absolute pressure, but Keith was doing a very good job keeping himself from being put in those wall-rising mix-up situations and overall stopping Ganondorf from fishing from a lot of those spear setups that he loves to use.
Yeah, that's a good point about the wall-rising scenario. We saw Ganondorf use that a lot, where it's, I'm going to duck in your face to kind of make you flinch and react to something. Keith has been, I'd say, throughout the tournament, the best at interrupting when you're trying to do these things. So he's got the timing where he's going to hold block, but a lot of the time in the SCVI matchups, he's not going to even let you do these. He's going to interrupt, and he's going to pick the right option. So I saw a few times where Ganon tried to do the wall rising shenanigans. He was like, nah, I'm not having it, any of it, uppercut.
Absolutely. And it's the shenanigans that really allow Ganondorf to be empowered. Like, I don't say that as a negative thing, but if there's ever a player who I feel like plays as well to the most goofy and like enjoyable format for me, it's Ganondorf. And he's one of the few players that can exert that true, I guess, quirkiness and excel at it at a high level.
Yeah, no, that's true. You made a good point about how he uses the jumping attacks. Oh, with just the throw.
Oh my goodness,
Solid
good punish by
punch
Keith
to the
there.
face.
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face, including Ganondorf.
Honestly. Oh gosh. If you're an MMA fan, you know what that is.
Good throw break by Keith as well.
Yo.
Big lethal. Interesting 4-4-B setup by Ganondorf there. If Keith didn't step, he would have gotten hit. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Just out of range there.
Gee, what's going on? There's a showcase of mechanics right there. Gets a Soul Smasher, Terror Charge.
It's the Madhouse. Good Soul Charge, taking his turn back. Gotta be careful, because Keeve is willing to fish for that AGA. Ooh, not a good spot for Keeve to be in here.
Nice, 9k.
Back in Terror Charge, 2 bars of meter. There it is.
Oh no.
The mix-up, what's it gonna be? Oh, and he blocks it. Oh, it gets caught backstepping, or gets caught with the counter with that 6B there. Goodness gracious, that's exactly what he saw do great effect against Panto. And starts out with a stun. Interesting choice for the shockwave.
Soul attack. He's on the ground. Keeping close. What's the mix? He's got the wobbly height, the stage. Oh,
That's a dangerous spot to be in.
Guaranteed.
That's gonna be out?
Will he go out?
Goodness
Oh my
gracious, Keeve.
He just got beaten
just
around the stage, man. This is...
I saw that man get dragged from mid-stage to ring edge to the other ring edge and back. And Keeve really demonstrating the proper meter usage there and really optimizing for that ring out. That was solid planning, and all the while he's getting a lot of guard gauge damage out of it. But Ganondorf still in it, popping for a lot of that soul attack damage there, and able to come into it with the empowerment himself. Yep.
Wow,
Like what we said earlier, if Ganondorf has the ability, to use that spear as weapon arts, he's one of the players who really capitalizes it on full effect.
Oh, they're both whipping, but it was Keeve that got the answer out of that. Wall hit. Give me that soul.
Keeve's the king of the scramble that we've seen today so often. Ooh. Reverse ledges the weapon arts, and he's gonna get 2 bars there. Ooh, this is a lot of damage. Yep. Good soul charge in response. But just runs up and does it anyways. The Aswell special. Wall splat? No wall splat. Still in.
Oh,
catches the duck.
Guaranteed. Tex again. Lethal hit. The scaling on that though works in his favor.
Oh, and gets caught. He was fishing for that backstep and went for the 6B. Unfortunately, Keeve was very conscious of it, was able to catch him in response. Keeve is coming back with a passion here, and that's going to be 2-0 for a potential reset. Ganondorf being on winner's side. How are you feeling right now? I know you were looking forward to this.
I am in that last exchange. Ganon, he got a bit greedy. He didn't finish the string, but he thought Keeve was going to stand still and respect after he used it. But Keeve was like, nah, I know what you're trying to do. He just got him with the standing K, and Ganon, because he didn't finish it, he tried to do the move and then do one after. He obviously didn't have the frames to work with it. So it's gonna be a long time. But that's the thing. It's a reset though. But Keeve, when he's getting games on you, you're like, okay, all right, he's got one. All right, I've got enough. He's got two. Okay, it's gonna build, and before you know it, your advantage of being in winner's side is not there anymore. So, damn, and we have just some technical difficulties. The first one, unfortunate, we're going to get that reset for you guys. But yeah, going back into talking about match before, it was back and forth. It was even. It more even than it was. Ganondorf, he kind of abandoned the Wild Rising mix-up that he was doing, which is fine. It wasn't working. He was interrupting him, so he took a different approach as well. The weapon arts and the axe low, I'm seeing, it's one of his strongest tools, but he's really getting it when it counts with Keeve not really blocking so many of them. So I want to see how he adapts, because Ganondorf is kind of building a story now. The first game, pretty much all Keeve. Second game, all right, I'm kind of getting a feel for it. Is this third game going to be the one where he stops this momentum and kind of stems the bleeding?
Mm-hmm. I agree. And I think that's something kind of we need to be conscious of as well, as Ganondorf's adaptation and like being very aware that like the Wall Rising game isn't going to work against Keeve, especially due to the fact that Keeve is going to be opting to armor a lot of those moves, move into that terror charge and really push the offense, is something that like Keeve does so well. Like you're saying, when it's like 1 round against Keeve, 2 round against Keeve, not realizing it's adding up until, next thing you know, that's game, that's round, that's the whole set. And I've said in the past that Ganondorf doesn't get frazzled easily. And from my perspective, the gameplay he's trying to force, apart from the Wall Rising game, has been really consistent. He's still opting for a lot of the goofy stuff. Even in the beginning of the second round there, when he went for the shockwave, was so smart. Not from the perspective of, I'm going to get AGA'd, but anything he would have done essentially would have caught him there. If he didn't AGA, if he went for drill, that would have pushed him into range for that shockwave, and they might have traded, putting Ganondorf in an interesting scramble situation where he does enjoy being. Keeve being Keeve, though, he's not opposed to matching that scramble, and oftentimes has been winning them at a higher rate than other players, as we've seen today.
Absolutely. You mentioned that earlier about Keeve thriving in the scramble. So where he's good fundamentally in spacing and playing the more ranged caliber, when it comes to the scrambles, as we saw in the playstyle of Texas, he's not averse to meeting you head on in these situations as well. So yeah, we're going to get that back game ready for you guys shortly. Don't forget, you guys can sign up for these open tournaments too. The open series that PlayStation have been running for many weeks. There's going to be more to come in multiple different games. As Job and I have said, whether you like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Blaze Blue, if you like anime, 3D, 2D, there's a lot of options for you, and you can join all from your PlayStation. So you don't have to go anywhere, and you can sign up and enter these tournaments for some prizes. So yeah, it's been really good. Jobin, have you got a favorite match so far in this tournament? Have you got a personal favorite that you've enjoyed?
I do. My personal match is still Ganondorf coming out swinging earlier in the match, or earlier in the set. I've got the bracket up, and I'm trying not to be too biased here. I'm a big Ganondorf fan. I consider myself a fan, and part of the Stanendorf nation, where anytime Ganondorf's on stream, I have no choice but to freak out in chat. And like him against Blade was really fun, because like I like watching the Tira match up into him, because Tira's got so many unique tech steps and tech ducks, and it's just a lot of fun watching to see how, like, depending on the Aswell player, if they're going to be looking to counter a lot of Gloomy's options with specific weapon styles. And likewise, seeing the variation that like Blade of Flame played, it was just really, really cool. The conscious effort that he made to stop Ganondorf from stance swapping too much, stopping him from going for too many of the sidestep lethal hits. They never got hit by a single one. And the tech ducks and consistent punishes were so cool. So for me personally, that was my favorite. How about yourself?
Nice. Yeah, no, fair play. I have to, it's got to be the dropkick hype, the dropkick hype, just Pantocrator and Keeve. And it's not even just isolated to my favorite like match for Panther. He's been the most entertaining player there as well. Just I like the back and forth between those players and just seeing the dropkick hype. But it's the one where he just dropkick Ganon off the stage. Like that one has just got to be the best match so far. Just the hype up until the game and just ending it in such style. And he needed that. The fact it was so vital, not just from a hype perspective. He needed to stop that momentum, and what better way to get a ring out and to have a moment to breathe. Like, right, I've got a round in it. I feel myself because you end it in a hype way. That's got to be a personal favorite. Someone said they clipped it as well, so I want to see that clip on Twitter as well, because that was pretty sick.
Yep, put it on Tagger or on Twitter. Be sure to tag us. You know, I'm really excited to see that. I'm gonna retweet that as well. And don't forget, you can also join in on the future events here from the PlayStation Dojo Fighting Fest. We've got some awesome games coming up after this, and I believe Street Fighter is next after this, just so it's on everyone's plate.
That's right. We get back into this game now. Kiev, 2 games up, 1 game from resetting the bracket. Ganondorf is in the winner's side.
Ooh, great RE and good call out by Ganondorf there. Back to Terra Charge. Another throw. Kiev, let him play, please.
Oh, behind. Ganondorf a little bit too aggressive with his Oki there. He stayed on the ground, ended up jumping over. So Kiev takes the first round there.
What a response to Beyblade by bursting like that. That was awesome. It's really showing why Kiev kind of reigns supreme in a lot of these games tonight in those scrambles. And unique character knowledge like that. That's something that not a lot of people know you could do. I didn't even know that that was an option there.
Nice, that's right. You're learning while we're watching these 2 great players play. Nice. 9K gets up into the throw Oki. Ganondorf catches the back step though. That's right.
Good option. We might see the solid response. There's the drill. Ooh. Back-to-back AGAs and good patience from Ganondorf. The go-kart might not have been the wave there, but I respect the attempt.
Yeah. Nice. It's BA. Nice work. Doesn't duck.
Oh, gets hit with the follow-up. That was so smart. That's the first time Kiev has done that all game. He's been doing the empty 3A, and that's, you know, saving it for this one moment. He's been waiting for this. Yeah. What can we say?
That's the best way. Sometimes you plant that seed.
Mm-hmm. The 2-in-1 conditioner.
The 2-in-1 conditioner. That shampoo and that conditioner. Oh, just stops the seed.
Oh, no. And that's the first time Kiev has gone for that as well. He has not gone for that apart from the one time he wanted to flex against Dexys.
Slide tackle, stomp. Oh, he tries to step, but he must have pressed a button or realigned or something.
Happens. Good punish by Ganondorf on the 2-2B against Nightmare. Catches him stepping. In Axe, ducks it, responds with his weapon arts. Ganondorf showing signs of life, he's still in it. Got 1 bar a meter, and Kiev soul charging in an attempt to secure the round.
Dunks him down. What's the mix up now with the wall? Oh my god, man, his life bar just melted.
Not only did he reset him in the standing position, he just reset the grand final bracket, and we are gonna have a whole nother fresh set to go through. Wow. Is that what you expected?
That is... Do you know what? No disrespect to Ganon. I expected that because Kiev is a strong player. So just because that you have a game, a set up against him, you have to play like I don't, because he's really strong. And Ganondorf knows that. You know, these guys are in the same scene. They've played against each other a lot. So he knows that. He knows that, right, I've got Kiev and I'm in winner's side. I have to use this for data collection. I need to gather all that data because he might just reset. And here we are. We said it can happen and it can snowball. It's all up to Ganondorf to try and think about how can I stop this?
Definitely. Step. And that reset's going to be a big deal here and a big momentum shift. And, you know, potentially a really good momentum change for Ganondorf. Now that he doesn't feel he's back, obviously he's lost a little bit of a safety blanket being on winner's side, but it's going to really allow him to come at this with a new game plan.
He gets a throw.
Good
He could have
step.
got the lethal, but he was just a bit too slow. He didn't want to commit to it in case it was blocked.
I'm a big fan of Keeve's, you know, just staying out of range there. We're not seeing him fish for that full range Dark Legacy, that raw bubble, because Aswell is one of the characters that can punish that full screen. You got to be careful of.
Yeah. Oh, the 9K jumps over.
Ooh. He's still in Spirit.
Yeah,
Back to Axe. What's he going to do here?
Oh,
It's going to be a timeout
He's
situation.
going to punish him now.
That was an awesome response by Keeve, especially keeping Ganondorf really honest in this situation.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't think he was going to finish it.
And that was
It's in the 1B.
very true. Oh, jumps the low again. Trying to start the 2A pressure. Gets caught with the axe low. All right, here we go. Big damage. Both these players sitting at 1 bar a meter.
Oh, yeah. Keep spending it. Pushes him back to the ring edge. Oh, jumps over.
Catches him with the empowered 8A plus B. A little bit of meter here. Spends it for the break attack. Gets caught, big damage. Keeve has has Terra charge up. Good block. Breaks the throw.
Yeah, he
Ganondorf
needed
exhibiting
that,
solid
man.
defense here.
Yeah, he was all that
I think we might
pressure.
see a B plus K
breaks
fish.
it as well. Oh no, the spacing.
Oh. Yep. I thought for sure that that was going to catch for a second. In my heart of hearts, I wanted to see the AGI go off because that's a move that Ganondorf loves. Keep catching at long range there and contesting.
Okay, right. He's used that BK, so each time he does it, he gets some extra properties: guard damage, guard gauge increase. I think one more time he will get some health back. Nice.
Oh, good break
Stop
attack and
that.
hard read there by Ganondorf.
It's going to be
He
too
blocks
far.
the shockwave, he knew.
Capitalize on that. Yeah. The same scenario,
Oh,
Ganon
goodness.
with that into AGI.
Keeve is just letting Ganondorf really kind of hang himself with that at this point in time and allowing him to put himself in that, or allowing Keeve to put himself in that optimal position as Ganondorf just leaves himself wide open with that whiff. You know, it's unfortunate, but the patience that Keeve is exhibiting versus his usual playstyle of attempting to force a lot of that more aggressive playstyle, I think he kind of realized, like, okay, well, I have two options here. I can let Ganondorf continue, like, maybe not whiffing, but like going for a lot of the flourish that he's known for and capitalizing on that, or he can fish for a lot of those other options like that 3AB mix-up, you know, contesting him at mid-range, or even waiting for him to really put himself into a stance change situation even before all the flourishes, and choosing that as the option to push for his 6K pressure, or looking out for those 2As specifically and 9K'ing them to put them back in that scramble.
Yeah, great assessment. There's a few moments Ganon is coming up short. Like he stepped, I think, with the reversal edge, didn't get the lethal hit, wasn't sure. He's getting a few signs as I'm seeing it. He's doing, I think, is it Wild Rise in A or something, and then he's doing the AGI. He's picking up on that, Keith, and you know, I'm starting to see these signs and these patterns that Ganon is doing.
Definitely. Big weapon arts. Gets the wall splat. That was pushing the range there. Here we go. Gets the relaunch. Time to guess. Gets
There
the hit.
we go. He's
Time to
getting
guess again.
those crouching mix-ups.
And he got it again. There it is. The wall rising mix-ups that we were seeing earlier. And putting him in those guessing situations where Keeve isn't able to start dominating or putting some of that pressure that's Ganondorf's bread and butter right there. Is not essentially a scramble, but keeping you in those nasty 50-50s that is so integral to as well as game plan.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice, stomps on him like trash on the ground. Armor.
Oh, we've got it ready.
Range.
Potential terror charge here. Max range Black and Decker, as they call it.
Yo,
But responds
we
with his
just
max
got
range
sniped.
lethal hit as well. So smart.
Hit with a
MLG.
sniper rifle.
Oh my goodness. Good punish on the launch. Ganondorf burning that meter to stay in charge here.
Oh, the drill.
Oh.
Brilliant.
Good punish to duck the high. That's that patience we're seeing with Keeve and really allowing Ganondorf to start overexerting himself there. Very well done.
All right, what's he going to do from now? Good. Keith stays on the ground. Doesn't want to deal with it.
Again, armor again. Keeve really looking for that. Another throw. Terror charge up. Attempted to capitalize what we saw earlier, but just out of range, unfortunately.
Bang, bang. What's he going to do this time? Okay, doesn't do anything, just blocks, but remains safe. Keith pops the soul charge, sidestep.
Good response by
sidestepping.
Ganondorf, good patience. Oh, and gets hit with the Axlo. Well done.
I like those micro steps. He was sidestepping just to give himself the best stage position is on in case he actually got the hit. Ring up potential was there. Nice, same scenario again. Commits to the low this time.
Great stuff. Blocks the reverse ledge. Keeps sitting on 2 bars of meter here. He might want to use it in response. Again, goes for the throw, keeping Ganondorf on his toes. Just out of range for weapon arts. Goes for it again. All right, I respect it, but that's going to be out. Ganondorf bringing this to 1-1. We've got a match.
I've seen Keith is running up and throwing a lot. He uses throws a lot, but I think this is going to pay off in these clutch scenarios. He's run up and done back throwing. Ganondorf, I think for the last 3 or 4 interactions, have broke all of them. This is the dangerous thing because you do that, and when it's a clutch situation, you default to he done that last time. So Ganon's either going to have to try and think, is he going to forward throw, or is he just going to, you know, run up and do a mid because you're going to duck the throw? This is the seed that starts to get planted now when Keith is that sort of player. It starts to pay dividends later on because you have to just play with your instinct. He's going to keep back throwing me, but that's where the trouble is. We'll see what happens. Now we've gone to the Astral Chaos. Ganondorf fighting back. Let's go.
And I think that's one thing to mention as well, that especially with Keep doing that, all it's going to take is just that one critical moment like we saw earlier, saving that C, saving that 3A mix-up, and especially when he's going to go for that throw, it's going to be at that moment that Keep goes for the low in order to clench that essential moment. We've seen him condition and do great jobs really setting things up.
Absolutely. Look out for that. See if it pays off. Nice work. Gets it in the back. Extra damage.
Ooh, good punish and patience by Ganondorf, blocking the RE and then waiting for the optimal moment to strike. That 6B has been Ganondorf's best friend this whole game, this whole series. And I can say it's a great move that has caused many a headache for Aswell's enemies.
Nice.
Good talk.
Block the low. Yeah.
Weapon arts, am I right?
Yeah. Oh, he crouched,
gets
but he stood up into it. Yeah.
Good AGA to shut down. Kiev stopping a lot of that nonsense. Catches him with old reliable. Our favorite thing. You know the drill. You know how it works.
The Black and Decker. It's the little back step that gets you sometimes. You think, oh, he's not doing anything, and then he hits you.
Definitely. Interesting choice by Keith to be opting for a lot of these throws. It's really putting Ganondorf on edge. And I think is going to be starting to go in an interesting direction as we see him fish for armor hits as Ganondorf tries to contest.
Yeah. Oh, he did it there. He just so conditioned, he didn't even get the distance right. There's his move that you said.
Big bubble. And there it is. Exactly what you were saying. Both these players coming at us with full resources. How are we feeling? Grounded.
Good option. Don't deal with anything that comes after it. Boom. Ganon learned. He didn't tech this time, but still gets caught with a setup after.
Ooh, gets interrupted. Another throw. This is not good. One hit away. Good soul charge. This is going to be his dying gasp for this round. Let's see how we can capitalize on it. And unfortunately, not able to do it. This is potential game for Kiev this next round.
Yeah, just dunks it. Kiev one game away from getting that that PS5 and that 500 euros. So this is where it is. It was truly going to be a gauntlet for Ganon. Even though he had one, set in his favor, it was going to be a true test of how he can fight this monster, this literal demon. As I think Okubo said, he's like a literal nightmare on Twitter. He was saying like, you are just a nightmare. And yeah, Keith showing why he's arguably, one of the top 3, top 2 strongest in Europe. He's super strong. But Ganon, though, I'm seeing, that's the thing. It's like if there was more games and more sets, he would eventually find the way to take it. But obviously there's not enough because Ganon is doing better each game. He was getting caught by the tech trap from Keith, and he was getting late quite a few times. He learned that. But then Keith was like, well, I got this ready for you because you didn't tech, you stood up, and he just got carried to the wall and got hit with a wall combo. So yeah, it's tough for Ganon. It's kind of like I'm seeing the signs of fatigue now, and it's like becoming an endurance test. And Ganon and Keith is just sitting pretty like, do you know what? It's just another game for me. It's just another game. He doesn't need to change his playstyle drastically to do anything, but just for the safety net, the throws, he's doing the same throw over again, over again, over again. I'm just waiting for the time he does a forward throw or just runs up and does a launch.
Absolutely. And I mean, I'm of that same opinion as well. Like, Ganondorf is a player, like we've already seen. He's so creative, and even in his approach to dealing with some of Keith's pressure, we're seeing a lot of micro adjustments that may not be paid off. But Ganondorf, I feel like, is a player who will use the entire roster of Aswell's moves. Like, he's down the move list. It's like, oh, has this gone off? Maybe. Has this not gone off? Not yet. We're going to try it anyways and see what works. And Axe is kind of like a knowledge check for a lot of his opponents. And Keith, being as knowledgeable as he is, has been able to capitalize so well and allowing him to like we've seen him like, all right, let's let Ganondorf do all these moves, these flourishes, and go for a big, big damage punish. So I believe we've got our potentially final game here between these wonderful players, Ganondorf and Keith. And who you feeling is going to take this? No bias. They can't hear us.
Do you know, I
put you on the spot.
It's not even just the safe bet. It's just how Ganondorf has played phenomenal up until now. He's not even not playing phenomenal now, but he was playing so well and to get to the grand final position. Keith having that gauntlet through loser side, I just think it's too much. The momentum's there now. It gets to a point where it's going to take, you're going to have to play like the best you've ever played to stop this momentum when you're playing against a monster like Keith. So I think Keith is going to take it. Either way, Ganondorf has put on an amazing performance. But I want to be surprised. Who's the, I want to see Ganondorf take it to the final game, man. Just because I'm playing against the Nightmare Keith here. Don't bet against me, And he's got the potential. Yep. Ganon has got some good tournament placings offline and online. He's a strong player. Let's go, man. I just want for some GGs.
I'm gonna take the coward's way out. You know who I think is gonna win this? The community. Us as the viewers, us being a part of the experience. And most importantly, the biggest winner of this is gonna be PlayStation for hosting this wonderful Dojo Fighting Fest. I'll do it. I'll go there. We're the real winners. SoulCalibur's the friends we made along the way.
This guy, he's alright, he's alright. It's like the Mick Foley wrestling pop-up in it.
Good stuff here. Ganondorf already kind of significantly low health there, and Keith being incredibly impressive once again. Looks like we're seeing a lot more patience from Ganondorf as well. Unfortunately, in a battle of small caliber, I do believe that Nightmare's traits are going to be a bit more potent in this situation.
Interesting. He didn't try and punish the headbutts there. All of them are unsafe. Like, I guess the threat of the third one coming out, he didn't want to do it. Nice. Good position for Ganondorf. Look, corner. Oh, I say that, and he just turned him around.
Great GI repositioning by Keith, turning the situation back all around. Again, keeping him in the mix. He blocks the third one.
Oh my god!
Keith is so disgusting. He knew. Is this allowed to flex like this? Ganondorf's coming in 2 bars. He's got this. Anyone's game still.
Oh my god. He done it twice. So I was like, yeah, I know you're going to try and do it.
He can't keep getting away with this. Big AGI. Ganondorf still in soul charge. Oh, goodness, call this. What's going to happen? Take it home.
Keith 1 round from winning this tournament. Right. No perfect for Ganon. Right. For Keith. Ganon's still in this. Yeah, just spend it.
Good
Might
soul
as well.
charge.
Push him away. Oh, the throws! It's working!
1 hit away.
He's not breaking him because he's trying to break forward.
He can't keep getting away with this. Ganondorf going for the A+K I talked about. He hasn't done it all game, and there it is. If he ends here, he ended consistently and on brand. But looks like he's fighting for his life. Has Axe, goes for it again. Oh, and Keith secures it! Oh, my goodness. Oh, Keith. The owner of a brand new PlayStation 5 and 500 euros.
Excellent work. The last flurry, both things that we talked about. You talked about Ganon not really using that move and it coming out there. And then we talked about the throw where Keith ran up and did the throw, and he's been doing back throw for so long. He didn't do the forward. He's like, I'm going to do it. So I guess Ganon, is going to mix up his throw breaks. Probably broke forward and he got him there. And Keith takes it. He's the winner of the Dojo Fighting Fest. Brought to you by PlayStation. So excellent work from all of our players. It's been a really good event. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Jobin, we have to have a little roundup. Who's impressed you throughout this tournament so far? We talked about matches that we enjoyed. Who's the standout player that you think, it doesn't have to be the best, but who did you think really stood out to you?
Dexus. I don't even have to think that hard about it. Dexus stood out to me significability. I'm going to keep this clean, keep it short. And Dexus was very impressive. His gameplay, his ability to go toe to toe, and his use of optimizing RE was really solid. Everyone else played incredibly well, and not to discount Flame, at all. Blade is awesome. Blade of Flame, huge fan. Everyone played well. Everyone was awesome. PlayStation's even more awesome for hosting this. And I'm just, I'm really glad I was able to commentate with you. It was a lot of fun stuff. Getting ready to sign off here. And yeah, I know we've got some Street Fighter coming up after this, but I'll let you close it out.
Nice one. Yeah, it's been a pleasure, Jobin. It's great commentating with you. Yeah, it's been good. I have to say, my favorite has been Panto Prey. I've known of him before. Haven't seen him enter so much online tournaments and haven't seen him so much play just myself, but I'm really impressed with how he played. He put on the hypest moments, the clip-worthy drop kick of Doom just sent Ganon just to the moon there. So he's got to be my favorite. So yeah, man, this has been a really good event. And it doesn't stop there. Just because the Dojo Fighting Fest is over, guys in the chat, everyone watching, you can enter the Open Series tournament, which is multiple games. It's SoulCalibur, it's Tekken. If you want to get involved into the fighting games, this is the time to do it. SoulCalibur, it might seem intimidating with all these mechanics, but trust me, the mix of characters, the uniqueness of the characters, you'll find something that you'll love and you'll get involved with the game. And the community is welcoming. There's a lot of people out there willing to help you get involved. So, try scout your local scenes, online and just have fun. So yeah, thanks. That was the grand final for the Dojo Fighting Fest. Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow, it continues. We've got Street Fighter later on today, but tomorrow we're going to have Blaze Blue and Mortal Kombat. So, like we said, there's flavors for all of you guys. Whether you like 2D, you like anime, you like 3D, there's, a lot out there for you. There's tournaments every single month with the Open Series. Make sure you go to complete.playstation.com and you can win prizes in these tournaments too. Jobin, it's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed commentating with you guys. It's been Jobin and I, Eternal Dragon, bring you the action. Stay tuned. It's going to be Street Fighter up next. We'll see you later.
PlayStation